Hello, internet friends. Welcome to Saturday Night Cthulhu here on Quests and Chaos. Thank you so much for spending part of your geekend with us. We really appreciate it. It is February already somehow, and this is, I don't know, they've all run together. This is like month 10, I think, month 11 of us. We started playing from home in March.
Mid-March.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we are almost a year into playing from home. I love the commute, but boy do I, and I love not having to wear pants, but boy do I hate like not being in a room with all of y'all. It is someday soon, smart people will figure out the vaccine stuff and we can all be in a room together.
Is that a threat if we don't behave ourselves, you're going to stand up?
Yeah, no. No, like I'm wearing pajama pants. I'm not a...
Okay. All right. Yes.
I legitimately did a production where the guy was not wearing pants.
Well, I went to Bennington. I've done many productions for people.
I was like, hey, can you clean up that background? It's like, I can see there's an extension cord running. Can you go clean that? And he gets up and walks back there. I'm like, what the...
I at least wear underwear.
Yeah.
I got to my college and I was like, young theater. I was like, it'll be fun. Let's do musicals. And everyone was like, let's do Breath Naked. And I'm like, no, why would you do that? That's when I realized I was
Breath Naked.
I was nice. I was the wrong kind of theater major for college.
I'm gonna remember that now. Breath Naked.
That is my shtick. We are so glad that you're all here with us. It is going to be, I think, a fun night. I want to start off with the part that always makes several of our cast members uncomfortable. A little politics. It's Black History Month. And support Black streamers, support Black content creators, follow them on social media. If you go to your Twitter and you're only seeing white RPGers, you're like, that needs to change. There are so many voices of color out there that are doing so many amazing things. Follow those people. So we're going to bring back, I don't remember I think it was last August or something. We did a fundraiser where I matched every donation that people gave to food banks. So I want to do that now with Black charities for Black History Month. So I've got a list here, which of course is on my phone. So this is just good radio. So send me on our Discord a DM showing me that you made a donation to Black Girls Code, blackgirlscode.com, the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, the National Civil Rights Museum, the Southern Poverty Law Center, or the Black AIDS Institute. You make a donation to those organizations, I will match it, and you will be entered into a drawing to win a set of Black Lives Matter dice. The 20 on the D20, I'm never going to show that to you. The 20 on the D20 is the Black Lives Matter emblem. So you have a chance to win those dice. Like I said, send me a proof. You can send it through the Discord. You can send it through Twitter, however you want to do it. Send me the proof. I will match your donation up to whatever my tax refund is. And I would love to have the problem of having to put a limit on that matching.
Ooh, and can I tell people also how to mess with Ezra? Besides just showing him the donation, many of these places automatically let you do that monthly. So why just make it for Black History Month? You can make it for all of the year.
If somebody gives monthly, I will give monthly. I will match exactly your donation.
Whoa!
Because
excellent.
I mean, we and please, if you don't have the means, that's totally cool. Send me a message. I'll enter you in the drawing anyway. If you want to support Black Lives Matter through that's great. But if you have the means to support those great organizations, to Amy's point, do it year round, not just once a month, but also do it. I mean, and support Black streamers. There's so many great Black run and casts of games out there. Some of them aren't even playing D&D. And that's a beautiful thing. But I personally am a big fan of Into the Motherlands, which was a Afrofuturist sci-fi game that was really I thought was really enjoyable. They don't even like get into combat until like episode 5, which is fascinating. Oh. So yes, please donate to those good organizations. I will match your donations. You'll have a chance to win some Black Lives Matter dice. A few quick announcements. As always, the patron saint of the Great Dane Society, Birds of Paradise, the official dice of all of us. We use them. We love them. There's some fancy ones there.
Just
I like
make
that.
it rain dice.
It's raining dice.
I heard that the cabbage dice have become a keeper's new favorites because it almost TPK'd the party.
Oh, nice. Nice. Yes. You can use our code. I think it's chaotic. I should write this down. If you use our code chaotic at Birds of Paradise, you get 15% off. That like covers postage, maybe even a little more. So you can't beat that deal. Then our friends at Nord Games, they make great. They have how did their Kickstarter do, by the way?
Amazing.
Is it still going, or didn't they have another Kickstarter?
You know what? I have no idea.
Sorry.
We backed it. Well, so I backed in the first 4 hours, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I think it funded in 15 minutes?
Yeah, it's pretty epic,
Yeah.
Well, Nord Games, they are a great way to get good content for your 5e game without giving Wizards money, and that is a win-win for everybody. Use our code chaotic20 at Nord Games, and you can get 20% off what you get from Nord Games. And Nord Games has some content that you'll Thomas, are you like, do you get writing credit with them for the stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We got
Thomas has been involved in a couple of their pieces.
Spectacular Settlements was Amy, myself, and Bo's our first published credit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
The brick of a book that's like this thick.
And the Dangerous Destinations is probably going to be that big as well.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you writing for that as well?
I don't know yet. Usually they'll be like, oh my God, we need like 4 places. Can somebody make them up? Be like,
right. Okay. So we have a full week of unscripted entertainment for you. I was going to say scripted. I don't know why. Monday, it's Dragon of Icespire Peak. Still just one dragon because we have a budget. It's and Union. That's the real problem. If you try and get a Union dragon, you have to get 2 of them. They have to be twins. It's a whole thing. It really messes up your on-set education program. Which
is why you just got to bust all those unions because you can't have 2 dragons.
No, actually, no. We did get 2 dragons. They just won't be on at the same time.
There we go.
Yeah, because they're twins. They have to trade out for each other for the amount of time spent on screen.
One of them is the same, looks very similar, but is just wearing an eye patch or something, or a mustache. Master of Disguise. Tuesday. So last Tuesday, it was finally, they said it couldn't happen, the last episode of the Chaos Agents. This Tuesday, it is the last time those people will be answering your questions because they're done with all of you. So it is a Q&C Q&A on Tuesday. Your chance to ask Bo why he wears that ridiculous hat.
Wait, which ridiculous hat?
Your chance,
because it was sent to him.
Because one of those hats came from our own Baroness.
There you go.
Bring on the hat.
It's your chance to ask Warren why he wasn't the big villain, or really why he was. So show up on Tuesday, support the show, and ask. Celebrate the cast. Really, it's a chance. This is a wrap party as much as anything for the cast. It's a chance for them to relive and celebrate and enjoy something that they've put 2 years of their life into. And I can tell you, we've all done one of those shows, and it's really a fun chance to kind of unwind and go sort of reflect on the journey, which I really enjoy. So Tuesday, Q&A, Q&C with the Chaos Agents. Have you given hints about season 2 yet?
Not a little bit. We've given a little bit of
You've said
whatever
a couple
hints
of
I've
things.
given are probably mute at this point because it's I'm called an audible and like started to write a new campaign from the one that I was going to do.
There you go. He's going to be running Queen of the Demon Web Pits. That will be the. But you have to start with Against the Giants, then the Drow, and then Queen of the Demon Web Pits. All right. So that is Tuesday, and then Saturday we're back with our double feature. Starting things off, Rime of the Frost Maiden, and then we're back to try and clean up the mess that we make every week to see, or just create new messes
somewhere else.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's right.
Burn down Stillwater, keep moving.
On Rime and the Frost Maiden, the most important thing happened today. Donovan got a nap.
Aha, yes. But was it a short rest?
So his first long rest in 4 sessions.
I wouldn't know anything about that ever. Says the person who has gone like 5 sessions on one spell slot.
All right, folks at home, pull out your abakai. It's time for America's favorite.
Grab it. Go get it. Go get the abacais.
Abacais? That's not how that works.
Actually, that's never mind.
The Abacais sounds like a terrible villain organization.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say the Abakai are the big bad in Thomas's new campaign.
There you go.
I mean, why not?
So play along at home as we enjoy America's favorite segment, Amy Does Math. We need we need an intro, like a video intro for this.
Yeah, just a quick video interlude. So I have lost all of the words. I write nothing down. This is how I get through life, so just deal with it. So Jay Matthews, like before the stream even started, gave Ezra 500 bits.
My favorite Twitch user.
Yeah. So that's gonna go on this side.
You know what? I'm gonna use that.
Okay, fine. I'm taking it back then. And then Jay Matthews also, so I didn't entirely understand this. Jay Matthews also gave the players 500 bits. If one of them can beat Ezra in a draw, is that like a gun draw? I don't know.
I think it's he wants us to play win, lose, or draw.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun too.
Bert Convey could use the work. God. That's your 80s reference for this week. Oh my God, we haven't even talked about 80s game shows.
Just wait, it's coming up. There's an opportunity to. So 500 to the players from Tamago Tora. First person who fumbles, I feel this got Nick's name on it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Did I just say Jay Matthews was my favorite Twitch user?
Yeah, you did already.
Man, I hope the Baroness, always and forever, my favorite Twitch user. Jay Matthews, number 2.
Good recovery there.
Yep. Nice try. Tamago Tora also gave Ezra 500 bits. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Wow.
Then the Baroness, thank you very much, gave the players 500 bits.
Still my favorite Twitch user. I don't care.
And in some epic turn of events, the Baroness has also given Ezra 1,000 bits.
There it is.
No.
Wearing pants.
I'm blind.
We have cats with non-trimmed nails. Always wear pants.
Not like pajama pants help much with that.
It's true. So
I mean, do we have a G.I. Joe moment, or are we just going to get another 80s TV show explanation?
So we just to give everybody an idea of how sad we are, we logged on before this and all we did was talk about 80s TV. That was our, and so I'll just, I'm going to carry it over from what I introduced Thomas and Amy right before we started to the glory that is Hawk the Slayer. And so friends, do yourself a favor, jump on that Amazon Prime and watch Hawk the Slayer, because it is really good, bad D&D fantasy crap. It's a fellowship movie. So there's, the unlikely compatriots all come together and there's a giant and there's a dwarf, and the giant is 6'9", and the dwarf is 5'2". There's not a lot of difference between them at all. But the best part of the movie, everyone doing this movie, probably like in Yugoslavia for very little money, they are clearly just, we got a free vacation out of this. The villain in this movie is played by Jack Palance. And Jack Palance is acting the hell out of it. He's in a different movie, which is to say he's in a movie. He is chewing on scenery that hasn't even been built yet. He is gnawing his way through that movie as only he can. And he blows every single person in that set off the stage. Hawk the Slayer, it is terrible. You should watch it.
Yep. And coming in late, but not last, not least, Duke Fleeg also gave 500 bits to Elias in his Tarantino face-off with an angel, also just known as a trash panda.
Come out.
Tarantino face-off with an angel?
Nice.
Come out, you're blanking, pause up. You blanker, blanker, blanker.
Oh, it's a
past the 10
network
minute mark.
TV Tarantino.
Yeah. We're well past 10 minutes.
Oh man, what a great idea, Tamago Toro. The next time that I have to do one of those, what are they called again? I can only think of it as a Battle of Band. Next time I do one of those one shots, we're gonna do a Hawk the Slayer. I have to work on my Jack Palance.
No.
Believe it or not. All right. This silliness has gone on long enough. Friends, follow us, he said, getting a cue ready for Thomas.
Yeah.
Down darker trails. Welcome back. Amy sprinted out. When I mentioned Hawk the Slayer, she ran out and she is ordering the DVD. Actually, she's ordering the VHS because that's how Amy rolls.
True hipster.
So last time, we had all sorts of hell break loose. First of all, I think, there's been a little change in town. We're just gonna get rid of Jack Stratton here. No longer on my list of names. Jack Stratton, the Danes burst into Stratton's office at the very end of the episode and found him eviscerated. There were, I think Susanna and Jonesy were burst in there, and 3 of his goons. Jared was outside of the door of the office with Sven, and Elias was in a back alley with a preacher and a biblical angel. And in case I didn't last time, and I think I did, but in case I didn't last time, find an image of a biblical angel, because they are genuinely terrifying. It's like some Hieronymus Bosch kind of nightmare thing. They are really terrifying. So Susanna agreed to be the town's sheriff. She made a power brokering deal between Stratton and Pennebaker. Stratton actually made the deal, which caused some friction. And the deal was that Joanna would be sheriff, and there would be one deputy representing each of the 2 power silos. And it turns out that one of those silos is no more. Who knows what that means for anything in town? Did Nick freeze taking a drink of water? That was weird.
That wasn't water. I don't know what he's drinking, but that's not water.
I thought he was like, that's a really long sip. That's It's impressive.
Oh, looks like
Okay.
people at Nick's place are watching Hawk the Slayer right now.
Damn it! Why did I recommend that? Oh,
Damn it, Ezra! You have doomed us all.
that movie is so old it shouldn't take much internet.
They're watching it in 4K just because they can.
Yeah, they're watching it. Yeah. Nobody's going to spend
upscale.
money to upgrade that thing. So the town, they met a young woman, Melissa, a young girl who came to the sheriff and said that her sister had run away to a cabin that they have where she feels safe because she had been accosted by an angry person the night before. And Elias realized that that was one of the people when he had his little episode. That was one of the people that he had menaced. And so he simultaneously feels responsible and also pretty bad about the whole thing. We met the two deputies. One is Sneaky Pete Kleiner. Oh, yeah?
No, I was just saying we don't actually have both deputies yet.
That's true.
Confirmed.
Yeah,
That's true.
The
You
one
haven't
that's been recommended, but not sworn in yet.
That's right. Swin is Pennebaker's choice, but has not been made official. Sneaky Pete is already one of them. And the town is in so far nobody outside of Stratton's bar knows that anything bad has happened. Elias doesn't even know, I think, that Stratton is dead.
I heard.
Where's Abe?
Yeah, that's
we
right.
know that much.
You heard.
I
said
heard.
you ran around. Yeah, that's right.
Specifically did not look at.
That's right. All right, I think that is a pretty good recap of where we are. So let's start with Elias. So this preacher looks at you and he sees that your eyes are fixated on the horror behind him. So Yoch, make me a sanity roll.
Certainly, I made you a sanity roll.
Well, there you go. All right, you are.
Yeah.
You are surprisingly okay with. So behind this man floating is a series of concentric rings, somehow made up of feathers, and each of those rings is covered in eyes, and the eyes are looking simultaneously in every direction and exactly at you. It feels like, the Mona Lisa effect. Wherever you go, those eyes are staring at you. And the priest sees that you can and he says, you can see it too? You can see the angel?
I can see the abomination behind you.
It is my curse.
How long have you seen it?
Months. It follows me. It whispers dark things into my ears. It reminds me of my shames, of my transgressions. If you can see it, you must be a sinner as well.
No, not at all.
I might need a bluff roll on that. No, all right, yeah, no, yeah, sure.
I've done mostly good things, I think.
That's an early contender.
except for the other night.
Well, that wasn't me. I was drugged. That was Stratton.
Did you say?
But he, like, the priest is just he's shocked that you can see the angel.
And I kind of like a little bit louder than normal, like, yes, I can see the monster.
All right.
Do we hear him?
Oh no, because there's about to be gunshots.
I'm gonna shoot it.
So yeah, you say that a little louder, and he, like, the priest says, "Oh, it is a monster. It is my penance from the Lord."
I'm gonna try and shoot the angel and not the priest.
All right. You draw your gun, and the priest, like when he sees a gun, he like dives to the ground and covers his head.
Smart.
Go ahead, make me a firearm roll.
No, that was very, very close, but no, that's
All right. So you fire at this thing, and the bullet kind of enters into all around the angel. There's this weird sort of transparent miasma, and the bullet enters that miasma and just starts to dissolve into feathers. And the angel looks at you with all of its eyes. Be not afraid! And it sounds like the trumpeting of elephants. This voice, or like or if herald trumpets could speak.
But it's is there somebody else here?
The priest looks up and he says, I've never met anyone else that could see or hear it. It follows me everywhere.
I don't understand at all. And I actually holster my handgun. Really, somebody, I'm kind of yelling at this point. I'm like, really, somebody needs to come down here.
And at that point, you hear a gunshot from inside the hotel. And we cut back to the hotel. So, Jonesy and Susanna, you have been in the room with, you've been doing some investigation. Mm-hmm. Jonesy is a little more into forensics than most blacksmiths. And 3 of Stratton's thugs have run in the door, and they have very, very different reactions to the horror they see. One of them failed his roll, and I rolled a d6 for fight, flight, or flee, or flight, fight, or freeze, and he's fighting. So he's just like, you son of a bitch, and he's gonna shoot. Both of you make me a luck roll.
I won.
Woo!
I made it, but not that well. 25.
All right, he's shooting Susanna. No, he's not. A gunshot rings out. Blam! It's actually hard to tell which one of you he was shooting at. But this guy is, and his 2 friends one of them is just like, whoa, and the other one is like, stop that! He's trying to like grab the guy who shot the gun. Jared, you are outside with Sven, who has gotten done throwing up, but you are out there with him, and you see the guy shoot. You see, we'll call it Pharaoh. Pharaoh shoots. Nope, Nick might be having some internet issues.
Yeah, it looks like.
All right. So, are you back, Nick?
No,
nope.
I was gonna head down the stairs anyways. I don't want any part like.
All right. Yeah, Jared.
Sorry.
Jared, in what is becoming a very Jared move, is just very surreptitiously walking down the stairs away from the mess. I like it. That is perfect. All right. So what are you two, Susanna and Jonesy, what are you doing? And actually, Abe, where are you? Oh,
I was in his bedroom in the next room,
right,
searching for stuff.
Yeah, all right, great. We'll get to that in a second. So Susanna and Jonesy, this guy just pulled out his gun and took a shot.
Well, I dived. Below everything.
Make me a luck roll, Jonesy.
Okay.
Oh wait, you're already covered in blood. Don't worry.
Yes, we've already gone. Yeah.
Make me a luck roll, actually.
This time I got an 7.
All right.
My goodness.
So you avoid.
I'm keeping these dice.
You avoid the large pool of blood, so it's really only your feet that are covered in blood. So you dive. Susanna, what are you doing?
This isn't the first time I've been shot at, so I duck out of the way, but I'm like gathering myself under my legs under myself. I'm gonna actually like spring at this guy and try to get that gun away from him.
All right, let's call that a fight brawl.
Okay.
Ooh, man. Pharaoh's angry.
41 made it.
All right, he got a hard success.
Okay.
So I'm gonna make you an offer.
All right.
Bye, Nick.
I'm
Bye,
gonna make
Nick.
you an offer that you can either you can be in like wrestling with him, but you're gonna take some damage as he like pistol whips you, or you are not hindering him.
I'll take the damage.
All right. So whoops. Ooh, man. Crack. So you come diving in, and right before you kind of tackle him, he just hits you in the jaw with the butt of the gun, and you
Ow.
take 6 points of damage.
That's not pleasant.
Ouchers. And make me a con roll.
Okay. What is my con? Yes, regular success, 32.
All right. Your vision swims briefly, but you are not seeing stars. Okay. I think we're just gonna go to initiatives for everybody. So if you have a drawn gun, it is your dex plus 50. If you don't have but if you don't have a drawn gun, it's just your dex. On impossibly fast, Elias, the angel in front of you expands in size it is now the size of a building. It like takes up the whole street and the alley that you're in, and it is huge, and in a voice that's sounds like you're standing next to the speakers at like a hairband concert. Be not afraid. All right, 140s. I'm going to say that the guy, because you decided to tackle the guy, he does not have a readied gun. So he's going to have his normal dex. So I don't think anybody has a gun out anymore. So I'm just going to go to 90s, 80s.
80.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna try to get the gun out of his hand, so he can't hit me with it again. That sucked.
All right, that is another fight brawl. Oh my!
I don't like the sound of that. Not at all. Odd 8. That is a critical success for me.
And he got an odd 2.
Oh.
So he's gonna crack you with the. You reach in again. Well, no, I'll make you the same offer since this is your thing. You can stay engaged with him, keeping him from shooting, but you're going to take more damage, or you can disengage from him.
I'll take the damage.
All
I
right,
don't want to do Jonesy again.
Because you got such a great roll, you're only going to take half damage this time.
Okay.
So you take 2 points of damage this time.
Okay.
All right.
Spit a little bit of blood off to the side.
But you have him engaged, so on his initiative, there'll be a fight brawl as he tries to get free.
Okay.
That was 80s, 70s. Jonesy?
So since I had such a good luck roll, was there any wood on the floor or something where I would like to sweep out and try to sweep somebody's legs?
So, sure. Yeah, you find there's a pool. You find a pool cue on the floor, and there are 2 other guys who haven't done anything yet. They've been like sort of surprised when the sheriff like sprung at their buddy. So make me a fight brawl. I'm gonna make a dodge for them.
Nah.
All right.
My brawl isn't all that good.
So
47.
So the pool cue's a little light for sweeping somebody's foot. So you kind of get it there. You whack him on the shin, but he doesn't go down. All right, Jared, you're just going to continue out of the bar?
Well, Sven told me about the Miranda.
True.
So I was going to go out and around and check that out to see how the person got in or out.
So you turn a corner, and you see you're in the back alley now. You see a priest lying in like the garbage of this place, looking up
as they do
at Elias Jackson, as Elias Jackson is looking up at something up in the sky.
He's trying to figure out how the Miranda thing. I understand the situation perfectly. You don't need to explain it. So so do you see how he got in?
And Elias?
Run. You don't see it? Wait. You don't see it? You don't see it?
He's on the ground.
No.
The priest just looks up at you, Elias, with sad eyes. He says, "They never do."
It's not. I'm the good one.
I'm the good
run. Wait, wasn't I the smart one? I'm the smart one, not the good one.
Not even good.
That was perfect.
Jeez, what are you? Okay, he's seen something. Like, is the blood dripping out? How do you calm? What's the role for calm someone down? Is it fighting brawl? Do I slap him?
I mean, well, that is one route. Yes. Psychology might be a good one.
My fighting brawl is a little better. I can hold it, right? I don't have to like do full damage.
No, you can. Yeah, you can. If you want to just like slap him back to sense, make me a fight brawl roll.
Okay.
You do well on this.
Since I got a critical success, I'm going to say that's perfect control and that I don't do
perfect.
A ton of damage.
So, Elias, you are transfixed as Jared walks through the miasma of this huge angel. There's no and it doesn't seem to impede his movement at all. He's not covered in ectoplasm or anything like that.
So it more like an illusion. It went through it.
Yeah, and he just steps right through it and whack. And when he slaps you, make me a POW roll.
No.
All right. Everything's fine. So Elias, you just got the sense slapped back into you, but the problem is there's still a 3-story angel in front of you. 3-story Angel's the name of my next album.
All right, Jared, you take care of that. I'm just gonna turn and walk away.
All right, so Jared, he says you take care of that, but he doesn't point at the priest. He points up, and then he turns.
It's the Miranda. I understand. You don't need to spell things out for me. I get it.
The priest. At this point, Jared, the priest will look up at you, and he says almost sadly, "You don't see it, do you?"
Well, I haven't looked yet. I'm getting to it. I'll check out the Miranda. I mean, we've taken too much time for this, but next turn I'll start checking out the Miranda.
All right. That was 70s. 60. All right. On a 60, the guy you're fighting with, Susanna, you're going to engage in fisticuffs.
It's garbage.
He doesn't do so great.
Ooh. That's a 35.
All right, so you have managed to you've got his arm pinned up with the gun so that the gun is pointing straight up and is not a threat, and he's trying to and he is clearly his eyes are wild.
Mm-hmm.
Also on a 60, his buddy, Johnny, is going to... Oh, nice. Johnny just cracks him over the head with his gun.
Thank you.
And Pharaoh, his eyes roll up into his head, and he flops forward, kind of into your arms.
Oh.
The third guy is just Mr. Stratton? Mr. Stratton? Mr. Stratton? Abe, you're the last one. Sven is still cleaning himself up. So, Abe, you're the last one. You hear, you heard the gunshot next door, and now you heard like some scuffling, and now you just hear a guy saying, Mr. Stratton.
Well, you know what I mean? If this is happening simultaneously, like with the gunshot, as the gunshot happens, I would pull my gun out.
Okay.
And then start to move, or not start to move. I move around out of the door and into that next doorway. But at this point, I'm just like my intent was to put my gun to somebody's head, just be like, stop it. But everybody seems to be under control. So I'm just.
So you come around with that intent, and you got your gun out, and Sven looks up at your gun, looks up with you with the gun, and he looks scared, but he's still like weak at the knees. And that's when you see a guy. Like you see a pistol like fall in the doorway, and one of Stratton's men like with a broken bottle in his hand. Or sorry, he didn't use a bottle; he used his gun. So one of Stratton's men who just like hit somebody on the back of the head with his gun, pistol whip.
The person who's now in my arms, apparently.
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, nobody's like an immediate threat at this point. There's just the gun. So I reach down to pick up that other gun. And so now I'm just standing there like this. I'm like,
nice.
The true dilettante.
I'm like, so what's going on here?
All right. I think we'll come out of initiatives then, because that's going to be fine. So, Elias, where are you going?
I'm going to the general store to buy whatever bottle of whiskey I can get for $2, and
all right,
we'll find a place to drink it.
All right, there you go.
Shop. Hopefully, it's $2 is decent enough where I don't have to.
You can buy a lot of whiskey for $2.
Okay.
So yeah, you're heading. I like that Elias is like, I'm not going to any of the bars. I'm going to the general store. You turn the corner. Jared, you see Elias just turn the corner, and he's on that main drag, and he heads off. And you're coming around the side to look at that veranda. All right. So you're gonna leave the priest. The priest is kind of wallowing in
I mean, I'll check him really quick to see if he's covered with blood from whatever was in that room. But
nope.
I don't. No, I don't want to deal with that.
All right.
He seems too out of it. They both seem weird. No, I'm just gonna focus on the Miranda. I can't deal with it. I keep dealing with crazy people.
All right, yeah. So you'll come around the side. So back inside, Johnny looks at the sheriff and Abe with the two guns, and he's like, and he takes Pharaoh. Takes Pharaoh. What the hell happened here?
That's what we're trying to figure out. We're doing some investigating in here. We only just found the situation ourselves, so I greatly appreciate your help.
Jonesy stands up slowly.
At this point, Swin stands up and starts to brush himself off, and he looks around at everything, and he says, nobody's leaving here until we figure this out. We can't let the word of this get out.
We will make sure that it stays in here with us. And I look at the other gunman.
Well, then we should probably have someone make sure that no one close by heard that gunshot.
How long have you been sheriff in this town? I don't think that gunshot is good. That's not going to be too much of a problem.
About 18 hours.
There are, gunshots in the original are not that original.
All right. Well, if you're sure, then
I'm gonna Johnny, you come with me. We're gonna secure the door. Well, actually, Johnny, you secure the door. I'm gonna stay here and make sure these people don't take any of Mr. Stratton's stuff.
Just give him a very level look before just shaking my head, brushing my hands off, and going back to try to investigate.
Yeah, I'm going to go look at the body again, even though I don't want to.
All right, Abe, you're in the hallway.
Where did those guys go? Like
They're going down the stairway into the main floor. Johnny is he lays Pharaoh down in the doorway, and he goes down to the front door of the casino, and he's now just the bar, and he's just standing there, not letting anybody in.
Okay, so I'm assuming that they're doing that they don't see me go back into the other room.
Make me a stealth roll with advantage.
Of course I don't have stealth. Oh, but because of advantage, a 19 makes it because the normal is 20. So I'm checking it off.
Check that off.
Yeah, there are larger things for them to worry about, and they are down a few. And Swin is like slapping Pharaoh in the face, going, "Wake up! Come on, pull yourself together." So that's what he's doing. Elias is going to the general store. Jared, you come around and you see the veranda. You see that the door is open. The door to Stratton's office is open. On the veranda. You don't see any trails of blood or anything like that.
Okay, but footprints or just anything out of the ordinary, different. Even like different dirt color, or just anything that could indicate.
Make me a track roll.
I do-ish. Yes, track. That is a critical success.
Wow! All right.
Wow.
I rolled a 2.
Holy hell,
off, man! Check that one off. But so you. Yeah, you feel like there is a set of footprints that are fairly recent that lead back the way you came.
Okay, is there any of them good enough that I think I could recognize the boot?
You know what? You got a good enough roll that, like, you noticed this is clear. You're pretty sure this is the priest's footprints, and they're fairly recent.
Okay, I'm gonna shout up to because the door's open up there.
Yeah.
All right. Susanna, still alive?
I'll come out, like carefully moving around all of the blood and everything, and step out onto the veranda. Yeah. What'd you find?
There's some footprints down here. They're the priests.
The who?
He's over behind the garbage.
Well, that's not a sentence I ever expected to hear. All right. Hang
Get
tight.
your deputy here?
Hang tight. I'll be right down.
All right, Abe, you are alone in Stratton's room.
Yep.
It looks. It doesn't look like this room has. It doesn't look like it's been cased. Like things haven't been tossed around or anything like that.
Get to it.
All right. Are you looking for anything in particular?
I would look for papers. Like in his side. I'm assuming he has like a bedside table or something like that.
So he hasn't. His office is where he's dead. This is his bedroom.
Like, yeah, but like, I would look at his bedside table. I would look in his closet of clothes, look at all of his pockets, like under the bed.
All right, sure.
Just the usual.
Make me a spot hidden roll.
Come on, baby. Did it once before. Oh boy, that's a 6.
Well, that sounds like a very good roll.
Yeah, so that's an extreme because
All right,
I have a
so
50 thought, so yeah.
This is not the first time that Abe has run through a room like this. You find in the pocket of a jacket, like in the back of his closet,
Mhm.
you find well, whatever I say here is going to be historically inaccurate, so I'm going to describe it as vaguely as possible.
Okay.
You find the release orders of a Confederate soldier named Jack Whitman.
Got it. So it's the discharge papers.
Yeah.
Like in modern
Whatever it is, you find. Let's put it this way: you find something that indicates that there was a Confederate soldier named Jack Whitman who was part of the CSA.
What's the CSA? I don't know.
Confederate States of America.
Okay.
The rebels.
And is there, because right now, like I'm having two thoughts.
To be clear,
Either
the traitors.
Yeah, that's already a given. I just can't figure out why Stratton would have Jack Whitman's papers on him. Like, there's no like photographs of family.
No, they didn't take. They didn't have photo IDs.
Yeah, I know. Just like, and there's no. So, and it would just there's no like. It's just a discharge date. It's not like,
That's
you
right.
know, date of birth that I could figure
Well,
out.
actually, there is no discharge. So this, I don't know if you've heard, but the Confederacy ended rather abruptly. So a lot of people weren't discharged. This person entered and probably is a deserter.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so I'm actually, since he's dead, he doesn't need this piece of paper anymore. I'm going to put it in my pocket.
All right. You find a cigar box with $27 in it.
I don't need it.
Yeah, money I don't care about.
Yeah, I was going to say, was there a cigar in there or no?
Yeah, there are some not great cigars, but there are some cigars.
I will take a cigar.
Somewhere Jared is cringing and doesn't know why.
No, he's right down behind the Miranda. He's down below.
And
I take the cigar and I'm like, and then put it in my pocket anyway.
all right. And when you sniff it, it smells a little weird. And then you look in the cigar box, and there is some yellow waxy stuff that kind of looks like the stuff that was on that tree.
Okay, so then in that case, because it's not normal, it smells funny, it could be evidence. I'm just going to shut the cigar box and take it with me.
All right. Sure.
Yeah.
And so that's like everything else is pretty pedestrian. I mean, there's if you want money, there's money around in this room. And if you want guns, there's a couple guns in here.
I have two guns that I have no need for. So let's. So to get out of here, I'm not going to hide the cigar box, but I'm going to carry it sort of like on my side. You know how you carry something sort of nonchalantly at your side, but like next to your coat, kind of with your sleeve sort of over, so that you don't really draw attention to it.
Right.
And then try and get back into the other room without drawing attention that I was in that room. I'm going to quietly open the door, quietly close the door, slide out.
All right. So you holster one of the guns. You holster your gun.
Yeah.
And then you're holding the second gun, and you're trying to hide the box. Are you? So and then you're going to go back into Stratton's office.
Yeah. So I'm going to put like the other gun that isn't mine just in my pants, like in my belt for now, just so that I can have one, like that arm can kind of be by its side, and then I have one arm free to sort of open the door, look, you know what I mean, weasel out and
Sure.
get in the other room.
Oh, okay. So you head into the room. Make me a stealth roll.
Okay. I'm gonna try different dice. Oof, nope, 93. So close to screwing it up. And
Swin is feeling very observant, and you come in acting maybe a little too nonchalant. As you've like pulled your sleeve down over this thing, and Swin's like, "That's Mr. Stratton's cigar box."
yeah, there's possible evidence in here. I'm gonna show the marshal sheriff.
But none of his stuff is leaving this place.
That's fine. I'm just bringing it into the next room to show the sheriff.
Put it on the table.
Okay, I put it on the table and I open it up and I'm like, so Sven, since you're in control of this investigation and seeming to be telling everybody what to do, what's wrong with these cigars? What's this yellow goo? Why were you here by yourself with Mr. Stratton? You were apparently the last person to see him alive.
I was the last person to see him alive, yes.
So obviously you're our number one suspect. And I slam the top of the cigar case down, pick it up, and go back into the room.
Wait, so you take the cigar box with you? That's a presence attack, man. You've kind of overpowered poor Sven. He's gonna make a POW roll to try and not be flummoxed. Nope, he's just like, but there's no blood on me. I don't have a knife.
You stay in town and go nowhere.
You just Elias Jackson doing that.
I was gonna say, this is the second time in 2 days that someone has done that to him.
This poor guy he's not up to. This is why he's not taking over when all of this. Yeah, he's just like, but and he's actually making.
I give him the I'm watching you look as I'm like.
So he's not paying attention to Abe. That's how you get out with the box. He's paying attention. He's like totally focused on the sheriff, going, "There's no blood on me. I couldn't have stabbed him like that. There's blood on your on the blacksmith."
Yes, because she didn't see the pool of blood and stepped in it. You saw her do it.
So we're letting the investigator who walks into pools of blood investigate the crime scene.
I have something downstairs that I need to check out.
I just look at him and he goes, "Yeah, these guys with guns come in. What am I supposed to do? Just stand there?
Not kill my boss."
Oh, for the love of God. We walked in with you. And you were with him last. We haven't been here all day.
So then we agree. Neither of us killed him.
I'm not accusing anyone until I have more evidence. There is no point in throwing.
Wait, no one's leaving.
I have something that I need to see outside. One of my investigators has found a clue that's important for me to see. Do you want us to solve this or not?
I want no one to leave this place until we figure out, and by we, I don't mean you, I mean Mr. Stratton's company, until we figure out how we're going to deal with this. Because if Pinnebaker hears about this...
Boyle, if you're going to be the one to stand in the way of the sheriff doing an investigation... I'm gonna have to deal with that situation. Do you want to? Do you want to have?
Because Stratton let you be the sheriff.
I will put him in handcuffs for you.
I mean, if you prefer, if you're gonna stop a federal marshal from doing her job.
And what job is that?
Finding a murderer.
Poor Sven doesn't have law. That's a pretty important job.
It's a very important job, and I want to find this murderer as much as you do.
Offer me a social skill to convince him. He does not want you to leave because he's afraid you're going to one of you has already started yelling outside about how are people still alive in there. So he's already
my best social skill is persuade.
All right.
Ooh.
Poor Swin.
Ought to.
Yeah, poor Swin. Poor Swin is like having a bad couple days.
I will comfort him. I will tell him I will not put on cuffs on him.
That does not.
Didn't you do this to him as well?
Yeah,
when
no,
you say
nothing
that?
you do comforts him. He is not enjoying that at all. He is, but he's like, all right, but You don't go anywhere without one of our boys.
That's fine. Send one of your lads with me. Not the one that just got knocked out.
I need more. No, Pharaoh is like Pharaoh is still like he's reeling. So Johnny's watching the door.
What was the name of the third fellow?
Mordecai. The bartender steps out from behind the bar. Yeah, Swen? You go with the sheriff and make sure that nobody knows about what happened in here. What did happen in here? Nothing. Okay. And he looks very uncomfortable with all of this.
Excellent. And I'll nod to Swen and be like, the sooner we can get this figured out, the sooner we can wrap this whole nasty business up. Thank you. And I'll tip my hat and walk down the stairs to meet Mordecai.
And Swin goes to Stratton's desk.
Watching him?
Yeah. He's just like going through like all of it. It looks like he's going through the business papers looking for
Do you need some help finding things? I'm good at it.
No, I don't need anyone to step in blood over here. You can stay right over there.
Then you be careful and don't step in it either.
Do you mind?
Yes.
Actually, do you mind? What are you looking for specifically?
Yeah.
The hell business is that of yours?
We are investigating this. We are
I don't
helping
see
the
no
marshal.
badges on you two.
The marshal has asked. We comply.
Look, when the marshal comes back in here, she can ask me some questions. You two can go straight to hell with an express ticket.
You be driving?
In fact, I've got a great idea. Why don't you try? Here, have a cigar.
I am busy trying to keep this business from dissolving. Both of you, leave me the hell alone.
We can't do that.
I will move back here, but I'm going to stand there like this.
Yeah, I'm standing at the door like this with a box and a bunch of guns.
Pharaoh, would you get the hell up and go get a shotgun? Okay, boss. And he heads downstairs. Elias, you get to the general store.
Uh-oh.
And you go in and you buy you spend $1 on a very good bottle of whiskey. And you're like propped on a hitching post. Pouring yourself shots and drinking those.
Probably just a couple, just to calm the nerves
Just to get the
a
edge
little
off.
bit.
Sure.
And then I what I really need is my rifle.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're heading back to the hotel to get your rifle.
It's actually at the sheriff's station.
Oh, that's true. It's at the jail. Yeah. All right.
So I'm gonna go grab that, and then I'll head back ish.
Okay.
I'll probably eventually head back. I'll go to not the front. I'm gonna stay back like a couple buildings or a building away, just not the next building over as far away as I can go.
Make me a luck roll.
Uh-oh. Well, before I spent my luck, I would have made it. Let's see. No.
All right. So you still see like
it's
the vague kind of outline towering over the original.
I want to get close enough to see the priests.
Once you've got the rifle?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll deal with that. All right, Jared, you've been standing outside for an uncomfortable amount of time. And the sheriff comes around the corner to you with a guy you don't recognize. He's in his shirt sleeves.
I'm gonna try and keep him from stepping over the footprints.
All right, he'll.
Yeah, this is the only set of footprints from the Miranda. As you can see, they go right around to the priest.
I'll crouch and have a look at the prints for myself. I believe him, but I also believe in verifying.
You can make a track roll if you
Okay.
want to like trust but verify.
I am all about the trust but verify. Made it by 1. Wow, that was.
All right. So with a regular success, there's just 2. There's a lot of tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that he's pointing out that he can somehow see are not clear to you.
Mm-hmm.
But like you can. There are definitely tracks that go around that alley, but you can't pull out any specific ones.
Okay. You've got a good eye, Jared. All right. Does the priest have any blood on him?
Not that I saw. But
that was a
Elias was talking to him when I came around, and he seemed shocked, to say the least. He something was wrong with him. Something's wrong with the priest too.
Something's wrong with everybody.
Yeah, I didn't want to go that far, but yes, yes.
All right. Well, where is Elias now?
He walked off.
Don't know.
Somebody slapped him and he walked off.
I'll point in the general direction that I saw him last going in, like that way.
Damn.
Neglecting to mention the slap.
Nothing worth mentioning there.
Yeah.
That's what you
It was
do.
the best slap I've ever. I was in complete control.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. All right. Jared, you gonna stick with me?
Up until that room.
Fair enough. I'm gonna go have a conversation with that priest, and I'll follow
All
the
right,
tracks
Mordecai.
that Jared says are there, and
Yeah, you come around and there is a priest like picking himself up out of a garbage pile, like dusting himself off. And Mordecai, you actually hear Mordecai go, "Oh, this son of a bitch."
You know this man?
He's a drunk old preacher who goes around raving about sinners. He's bad for business.
Does he come into the original very often?
No, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have money.
Fair enough. Good morning, sir.
The priest looks up at you.
Do I see any? I mean, I don't know how to phrase it. Do I see anything weird?
Nope.
Cool. It's just a raving lunatic in front of me. Fantastic. I'm gonna walk up to him like, "Morning, sir." I'm gonna I want to look him over to see if I see any bloodstains or anything like that.
You can make a spot hidden.
Can do. Ooh. 18 is a hard success.
All right. He has been in a lot of garbage, but you do not see any blood. He smells awful. On a spectrum of like everybody smells bad in this world, he smells awful.
Well, I just came from a room that smells of, intestines flung every direction, so
I just took a bath the other day, I'll have you know.
Then I'll look him over and just like frown a little bit and step back a little and say quietly to Jared, "There's no way that anyone could do what happened up there without having some blood on him, and he doesn't."
Maybe he saw something.
I saw the righteous wrath of our Lord and Savior.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I have rendered unto Caesar. I will render no more.
What?
How do you mean render?
The Lord saith, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's. Render unto the Lord what is the Lord's.
Uh-huh. So how was this rendering done?
Under what authority do you seek to speak to I, the voice of the kingdom of heaven?
Well, I speak as a representative of the federal government of the United States, which is a kingdom on earth.
Godless heathens. Look around this town. Sin.
Why,
Everywhere, sin.
Why are you here then?
Because they must learn.
And people.
This is my flock.
How's that working out?
As he points to the garbage.
What the flock?
Raccoons scurry away. No, come back, my children.
Oh,
Thank you.
they'll learn. They'll learn that ours is a harsh and vengeful God.
So you did have something to do with what happened up on that veranda?
I damned his cell. I damned his soul to an eternity of torment.
Uh-huh. And how'd you go about doing that?
I rebuked him.
So you yelled at him?
I mean, when you put it that way.
All right. And what happened after you yelled at him?
I presume he was served the Lord's harsh justice.
All
Mine
right.
eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord.
It's a pretty good song.
I especially like the part about his swift and vengeful sword.
Well.
My truth will march over this town. I will see this made into a godly village.
How long have you been here?
I do not recognize your authority.
Put cuffs on him. He's clearly crazy and guilty.
I'm just asking out of curiosity. Why? What? How long have you been here?
I have told you, Pontius Pilate. I do not recognize your authority. Your type killed Jesus Christ Almighty.
You know, as I remember learning from the good book, it was a chosen sacrifice. Jesus had to do it in order to save all of us.
Of course, that would be the takeaway that you, the orthodoxy, want us to take away.
All right, sir. Well,
Wash your hands and walk away, Pontius Pilate.
I'm afraid I can't do that because it sounds an awful lot to me like you're confessing to being a part of a murder. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to.
In what way?
You said you rebuked Mr. Stratton.
I rebuke you. You are a sinner.
Nah.
One of us is far more able to judge that than the other.
Well, there's a verse in the good book that I recall: "Judge not, lest ye be judged." So if you're over here, judging
he
me,
looks over his shoulder and he looks up in the sky. I have been judged. I have been judged in ways you will never understand.
I'm gonna follow his line of sight and see if I can.
It looks like he's looking up at the sky. Ask your friend.
And
Ask
right
her-
then, I step out the rifle,
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
bring it up to the priest.
You're pointing a rifle at the priest?
Yep.
All right,
Allowed?
so
I'm a ways off.
Okay, fair
all
enough.
right, yeah.
I mean, eyesightable, but not
Okay.
like you can't
Not
run and get him.
Right.
Sure.
And I'm just
Release me. Release me from these earthly bounds.
I mean,
I'll try.
is he looking at a
And
light?
I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna try and shoot the thing again.
All right, make a
up in
rifle
the
roll.
sky.
God, I'd love it if you fumbled this.
Oh, the ricochet.
Can I get it? Maybe an inspiration?
Yeah, do it.
That would be amazing.
I want to see what happens.
Yes, that is a It's not a hard. It's a regular success.
All right,
It's
so
almost a hard success.
So, once again, the bullet. So, I'm going to describe this first for those of you that are not Elias.
Sure.
Elias says, "Well, I'm going to try and do that," and his rifle is pointing at the priest, and then he cracks it up into the sky, and he fires into the sky, and you just watch a bullet go off into the nowhere. Elias, you clearly see the bullet pierce that miasma and like go poof into feathers.
Elias, what the fuck are you doing?
There's a giant freaking monster up there.
An angel
Monster.
of vengeance.
Oh, it's affecting both of them.
It was a small monster, and then it became a very, very big monster.
I like the matter-of-fact, calm
Right?
delay of that. You see,
See,
a monster, now it's a big monster.
he knows. He has seen the glory, the righteous wrath of our Lord.
I'm seeing echoes of the mine is what I'm seeing. And I kind of just look down.
I'm not familiar with that book.
Can I? Did he get a bottle of whiskey? And can I roll spot hidden?
Yeah, make a spot hidden roll. Make a spot hidden roll.
Echoes of the mine?
Oh,
Reminds me of our time in the mines.
All right.
what's wrong with you people?
Do you want the short list or the long?
You are sinners, all of you. Now, Centurion, if you have no other means of keeping godly Christians from their righteous rounds, I will be going.
I reach into my pocket, pull out handcuffs. I'm afraid you won't be.
Under what authority?
Under the authority of the United States of America, and I begin to put him in
resist.
cuffs. Okay.
Resist.
Then and cuff him behind his back because it's like we're not playing this game.
Sheriff, you are a sinner, and you will suffer the same fate
Yeah.
as that sinner up there.
You
And
just
then
go right on ahead.
he looks right at Elias, and he says, you should explain to her exactly what that means.
So, but you know what happened up there. You're admitting to knowing what happened up there.
I know that an angel of vengeance was visited upon him.
Guilty. He's guilty.
I mean, that's going to be an awfully hard thing to work in a court of law, but hell if I ain't going to try.
Mordecai goes, court of law?
Yeah, I think that's done here. I think you are the court.
Oof.
Sheriff, if you think this guy killed Stratton, we can just take care of this right now.
Maybe Sven should take care of it.
I don't have enough evidence at the moment. For one thing, the man has no blood on him. But he saw what happened and perhaps instigated it. Made it happen.
What is the thing doing, and what did it do when the priest went into handcuffs?
It doesn't move much at all. Just the rings all kind of rotate around each other. You are unable to read. It does not have reactions. You have no idea what it means or what it's doing.
I would like to touch it.
All right.
Wow.
So Elias starts to walk up, and he's got his hand out, and he walks about, 8 paces past where you guys are, and the priest turns, and he's got this crazed look in his eyes, and he says, "Oh, yes, it's glorious. You will feel the righteous power of our Lord God."
Elias, what are you doing?
I gotta see if this thing is real, or if I'm seeing things.
And
I'm gonna
Elias
try-
is like looking up. He's like walking forward with his hand out, but he's looking up the whole time.
So
you
one of
are
the rings
now-
does it come down towards?
So the rings come down to about 15 feet above the street. And when you come inside, the rings almost make a grinding noise like a stone mill. You hear this like...
We were rated with some viewers.
Nice.
Hi, hey, welcome. Thanks for rating us. We are playing Call of
Dragon.
Cthulhu. And one of our players sees an angel and nobody else does. And he's trying to touch an angel.
Touch my angel.
Yes. Without being touched by an angel.
Where's
Yes.
Gerald McRaney when we need him?
So does anybody have a ladder?
Now when you're inside, make a listen roll.
Wait, listen. Is that under the L's?
Yes.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah. That's a negative.
All right. So you hear that weird grinding noise and you think you hear music. Jay Matthews, you magnificent bastard. Jay Matthews just gifted gift subs to our raiders, which is awesome.
Thank
Oh,
you so
nice.
much.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you for showing up. Thank you. The great Gobsite.
And so yeah, you think you hear like weird music. The angel has not spoken.
Just since anyone
since-
else's
Yeah, since you heard it way back when.
first. I look to the priest. I'm like, am I a sinner just because I wear women's clothes?
The priest is singing a hymn. And anybody, so Susanna, Elias, and Jared, you can all make religion rolls.
Can we though?
You may attempt.
Is
I
that
didn't
even
even know
a?
that was
It's
a
not even-
skill.
It's not on
What
here.
is it?
What-
Well, then all right, then you can't if you don't have it. It's none of you are church going enough to recognize the hymn that he is singing, but it is. It seems to you like in your experience, this seems a little more on the fire and brimstone side of hymns.
Ah,
This is not, oh, what a friend we have in Jesus.
So he's more the Southern Baptist type.
it's not mine eyes have seen the glory, huh?
I'm actually pretty sure that song didn't exist yet. But
I don't think it did
I
either.
don't think so.
What about a
I don't
cult?
think so.
Wouldn't a cult roll be appropriate?
Sure. Oh yeah, totally.
Just,
I mean, I'm not gonna
religion
make
is
it,
false.
but
Super
It's
quick.
certainly worth trying.
I rolled a 1. I made it.
What?
Are you serious?
What?
All right. So he
These
is
are my
singing-
cursed dice.
I love it.
Apparently, Jared, in your time back east, you learned something about the Puritans. He's singing a Puritan hymn that is normally a call and response with male and female chorus members. And the female chorus members have this whole beautiful, like, we're in a garden and everything's lovely. And the male part is this, like, driving, like, which Adam's transgressions involved us in. There's a lot of talk of transgressions and, like, frailty and flesh and sin.
So this is just more of the same from him.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But he
I gotta
hasn't
beat
been
on this
singing
guy.
it up until this point. And he is like, his eyes are transfixed about 20 feet up into the sky, just like as he is singing and tears are streaming down his face.
Do I happen to know the female lyrics for this?
You rolled a 1, sure, yeah.
I'll try and up my pitch a little bit and fill it in and see if
All
that's
right.
just like I'm not gonna do well, but
Yeah, your falsetto's a little rusty, but you're yeah. So Susanna, as if this wasn't creepy enough, Elias is like walking forward, like staring up with his hand out. The priest is crying, singing this song, and Jared just started singing along with him.
If I had my hands free, I would absolutely be pinching the bridge of my nose at this point. But I'm just like, all right, I am not dealing with all of this. And I start steering the guy back toward the original.
To the bar.
All right. Yeah, you move the priest, and he like is still looking back, and he's crying. He's just like, tears are streaming down his face. The divine beauty is painful.
Right. Mordecai, are you with me? Jared, you coming?
You're just leaving Elias out there?
Honestly, I'm just like, Elias, I don't even know what to say.
I'm gonna turn to Mordecai, just be like, is there something in the water in this town? Is this normally...
Look, I'm just a bartender.
Hey, Mordecai, can you hold on a second? Go ahead. I'll meet you guys inside in just a sec.
Okay. Yeah, he'll.
All right.
He like, he looks at you and he says, "Remember, don't tell anybody."
Tell anybody what?
About. Oh. Okay.
That might be my favorite response to that ever.
So as soon as they're out of the...
I'm gonna linger. Sorry, around the corner. I want to know what the hell's wrong with everyone.
I'm gonna Mordecai. Where's the preacher's tent, or where's the church?
Well, there's a church tent around on the outskirts of town, and he'll give you like fairly good directions to it.
I gotta go check it out.
It ain't much.
It's all right. I gotta go check it out. I'll be back.
All right. Suit yourself. And he like starts to head back to the bar.
All right. I'm gonna head out to the church. I'm basically gonna ransack and looking for occult books or like crazy ritual books.
Abe and Jonesy.
Yes.
Abe and Jonesy, you can both make accounting rolls.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's me. I was like, what?
There's one missing from your party.
24. That's a hard success.
No.
Damn.
All right. Jonesy, you're pretty sure you've owned a business before.
Yes.
That Sven is looking for the deeds to the various buildings.
Ah, I see. Yeah. So I'll tell him, I said, so you're looking for the deeds? You're looking for who owns the buildings? I can help.
You can stay the hell over there. Whoops, Sven's accent keeps changing.
He's infected with Jensen's disease.
Yeah, you got Jensen.
It's spread into Call of Cthulhu.
And so,
in America.
as he says that, Pharaoh comes back up with a big old knot on the back of his head and a shotgun, and he's just like standing in the doorway, like looking at both of you with an angry look. And Sven just looks at both of you and says, "Now both of you leave me the hell alone. I've got to keep these businesses running."
I've got to be here because this is where the thing happened. I have to stay here. You can't.
So you're going to run a business with a dead body next to you.
I figure the sheriff will take care of that. That's not my problem. My problem is making sure that Mr. Stratton's vision for this town continues.
You really? Really?
Yes.
Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
Do we know that he's the second in command, or because like to me I kind of don't feel like that.
You have not. I mean, you don't have a sense that there is a second in command.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is that like who died and left you in charge?
Are you going to say that?
Yes.
Dude, oh,
He looks at Stratton. I'm the only one here smart enough to know to remember to do this before, one of you comes in and steals this stuff and gives it to Pinnabaker. This is Mr. Stratton's business, and it's going to stay a Stratton business. They're all going to stay Stratton businesses.
I understand that. But why? But if this is for Stratton, why did Pennybaker want you to be a marshal? Deputy?
Look, if you're going to talk nonsense, could you at least sing a song? I've got to keep doing this. I don't have time for conversations.
What was Stratton's plan for his businesses? Like, what was the next step?
Well, the next step was to try and keep Pennybaker from edging us out on the new properties. Pennybaker bought with the money from his bank. He bought all these properties, and he was leasing them out through the assay office.
Yeah.
And where are the new properties located? Like, do I know this, or?
They're mostly, like, as town expands, they're mostly on the edge of town.
Okay. And did Stratton get any, has Stratton been buying any of these properties?
Well, I think we were having some liquidity problems. We don't have the money of a bank.
Yeah. I liked Stratton. I thought he was doing some good things. So you do what you do, but I'm going to stay here with you.
That's fine. Stay here, but stay here quietly. So at as they're having that conversation, you are bringing the priest around. Jared is like hanging around to listen to something. The priest is like starting to shudder at going through the door. You're taking him into the original, right?
Yeah.
And the priest is like, no, I cannot cross the threshold into that din of iniquity.
And I'm accustomed to people struggling, so I just like push and then pushing. Lower my center of gravity and push.
All right. You push him through the door, and he starts to scream and writhe. And he flops to the ground, and he's like writhing on the ground. Just like, sin,
Just like stand back and just watch him for a while.
How long are you going to watch him?
About a minute or so, because I'm just like, this is a hell of a theatrical performance.
All right, about a minute. All right. He keeps going.
All right.
Sorry, he keeps going. Yeah, he keeps going.
Okay. Elias's comment about this reminding him of the mines is niggling at the back of my mind. Can I see if he's actually, like, aside from writhing around and possibly getting bruised, does he look like he's actually getting hurt?
How would you judge that?
Any opening wounds or anything that would make me be like, there is genuine pain happening?
I mean, there seems to be genuine pain happening. He seems to be in pain, but you don't see any wounds there's no, like, there's no wounds or anything like that. You two in the
I was because do we hear screaming?
Somebody come in and start screaming.
I'm gonna go out and look.
All right. Pharaoh stands in the doorway with the shotgun. He's like, nobody's leaving. Thought you couldn't go anywhere. Thought you had to stay here.
I'll be back.
You're not leaving.
He just told me I could go, and now I'm going to go look. I'll be back.
Something is happening in this room.
Can we just look? Can you look outside and see if that's happening? Something bad's happening downstairs. Do you want more people to die?
Depends on the person.
Yeah, then we can watch which one you like to die. All right? Just open the door.
I've watched plenty of people die.
Look at Spen. I was like, yeah, I get why you're the smart one.
I'm going to push the guy.
You're going to push the guy with the shotgun?
Yeah, I'm done. Well, I'm close enough, so I figure. Just do it.
Shotguns get
being
worse.
Close enough to a shotgun is bad. You want to be farther away. All right. Make me a dex roll. Birds of Paradise.
36. That's.
He rolled an 07.
Okay.
So
yeah. Let's use some of that inspiration. See if we can't get you down into
just
the
try it.
Okay.
down to
mean-
the aughts. Maybe.
And if that doesn't work, push the roll.
Oh, if I spend 2 luck, I will have a. What's the highest one?
So remember, you're defending, so you need to beat his roll.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
But you
So
can,
like
you
at-
can
at-
lower it by...
All right. So
I'm
he's
at
not
60.
going to shoot you, but he's just going to like point. Like the shotgun is in your face.
What will that solve?
I won't have to listen to you anymore. And I wouldn't mind giving that sheriff, and he rubs his head, the same treatment. He's not aware that it was one of his own men that did that.
Yeah. All right, I'll back off. I'll just back off and I'll go in the corner and cross my arms again.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, says Mr. Guy with big bumps on his head.
Says the guy with the shotgun.
While they're arguing, I just want to ask Sven, I have one other question. If Pennebaker was buying up all the property, he doesn't he's not really a suspect. He wouldn't have to kill Stratton if he's gaining the upper hand. Do you
I
follow?
don't care.
But it's
Killed
the fact
Stratton
that
is immaterial.
But we have to figure out who killed Stratton. I mean, in your
Why?
professional opinion, I mean, let's just spitball here for a second. And who would you guess did this?
Well, I mean, a group of mysterious strangers who came to town and started working for Pennebaker and did jobs for Pennebaker.
Got it. So you have no idea. Okay.
Don't ask a question you don't want to know the answer to. And he's
Very
like
nice.
stacking files on the...
Okay. Okay. So I just continue to kind of lean against the wall at this point.
So there's no blood on the desk or anything? It's just all on the floor?
No, so there's a desk, and then Stratton was at a table.
Ah.
And he died at the table.
Right, but I was just thinking there's no blood. It doesn't get there. Okay.
No, this clearly happened away from the desk. So the priest is still... It's now been an uncomfortably long time, and this priest is just like writhing and screaming. And Mordecai comes back in.
And me.
And Jared. And Mordecai looks down, and he's like, Sheriff, maybe we should take him out of here.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
Well, what if you...
And
and I kind of like walk a little bit away. Just I don't think he can hear me over his own screaming. Like, you can always blindfold him, and he won't know where you're taking him.
I mean,
Right? So
that-
if he's screaming from being in here, he won't know if he's coming or going. Right? So you can figure out how crazy he is.
well, I mean, it doesn't take a great leap of logic to say, "Hey, I got dragged through a door and I'm on some pretty nice wood."
Well, you and I can be on one side, lift him up so his feet aren't touching the ground, say that we're going to take him further in, take him out, see how he responds.
All right, that seems like a worthy plan. Let's do that.
And I'm sure they have sacks to put over people's heads in here, right?
I'm waiting for the dunking test. What is it? This is very strange. Mordecai's just like looking at you both, very like, how crazy he is. He's crazy. Who cares how crazy?
Well, the information, if he's crazy like a fox, then the information could still be good. So, you have a sack?
Or a kerchief I could borrow.
My God, this town is run by idiots. And he goes to the bar and he gets a sack and he's like, just whatever you can do to make that stop. At this point, the priest is foaming at the mouth. He's like, oh!
Is it pink?
Yeah. That's a good question. Is it pink? The foam at his mouth?
Oh, no, it's just like saliva.
That's going to be a question now going forward. Anytime.
You know what?
Is there pink foam? Is he melting?
Yeah. I'll just like put the sack over the guy's head.
All right, you now hear a slightly muffled like.
Jared, would you come over here and help me get him out? I say, speaking loudly enough to be heard over the screams at this point.
Yeah, if he's all flailing around, I'm just gonna grab his legs. You grab his arms.
Yeah.
All right.
Just scoop.
So as soon as he is out of the bar, he stops and like he's like.
Now we go back in to see if.
Yeah.
And we turn
And
around
just, like-
and we bring him
All right,
back.
as soon as you go in, he's just like, the sin,
Interesting.
back out again, back in again.
At some point, like around the second time back through the door, I'm like, all right, I think that's enough of an experiment.
Like so the first time you do that, Mordecai grabs a rifle. The second time you do that, Mordecai pulls up the rifle and says, "Do that one more time."
Wait, are you saying you're gonna shoot us if we don't do it one more time?
Find out. Fuck around and find out.
Ooh.
I don't know what's gonna get me shot.
Get the hell out of here.
That not listening to that is what's going to get us shot. Come on.
Are we carrying him to the jail?
How far are we? We're a ways from the jail at this point.
Yep. He
I'm
is
just like,
he is not moving a whole lot.
He's tuckered himself out.
I'm trying to decide if I would know enough about first aid to check for like a pulse or anything, if that's known enough in this time period.
Not really.
All right.
Well, wait, what's your first aid?
I mean, it's the base. It's the 30.
No, if it's the base, there's no way.
Oh, do you want me to check on him?
Do you have higher than the base?
Yep.
Then yes, please.
So make me a first aid roll, Jared.
That's a grumpy face.
That's like I rolled a 41 out of a 40.
Ooh.
And do I really
what
care
luck is for.
about my this guy to spend the point of luck? And I kind of don't.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Sure, that's fair.
It does not occur to you to check his pulse or anything like that.
I mean, he's breathing.
All right, so just to recap how incredibly split this party is. Elias is about to go alone into creepy church tent.
Oh God.
Oh, I thought he was going to get abducted by an alien space angel, but okay.
But he's got a good bottle of whiskey with him, so he'll be
He
okay.
hasn't checked to see if the angel is following him. Abe and Jonesy are being held at gunpoint in Stratton's office, and Susanna and Jared are holding a sack of priest outside of the saloon.
To be gentlemanly, I do while we stand there and wait, because that's all I'm going to do. Like, I'm setting in for the long haul. I pull a cigar, the cigar that I took from the box in my pocket, out and offer it to the dude with the shotgun.
I don't smoke.
All right, and I put it back in, and then I pull out one of my own cigarettes and start smoking.
All right, yeah. And I think with all of this splitting, this would be a good time to take a break.
Yes.
We will come back and figure out how all of these threads somehow come back together. I'm excited to see how. We will be back as soon as 6 people can use 5 bathrooms. 2, 4, 6. Yes, ha! I did it.
Yeah, but this is right.
That took way too much math for something that's the same every week.
I don't remember that stuff. All right, we will be back shortly. Welcome back, friends. It is so, Elias, you are walking off to the outskirts of town with a rifle slung over your shoulder, and you come to the tent that this sad, dilapidated, maybe room for a dozen people inside. There are crude benches for maybe a dozen people.
Can I take a look around on the outside before
Sure.
going
So
in?
you can see, the flap is open, so you can see when you look in. You see the 2 rows of benches.
All right. And then anyone following me?
Make me a
Anything
luck
following
roll.
me? Yeah.
All right. Yeah. You do not see anything.
Perfect. Is there? And then I peek inside. Is there anyone on the inside?
You don't see anyone.
All right. I'm gonna go straight into what I would assume be either office or personal quarters.
So it's an open tent. There's a cot in the corner, and like an altar. And
Call it an altar. That sounds terrible. So I'll
sorry,
go
yeah,
check that out.
it's what is
It's
it,
a
a
lectern?
rectory kind of?
Okay,
It's
yeah.
where the priest speaks from.
I mean, that is what they're called in Christianity, though.
Yep.
Different meaning in Call of Cthulhu.
So I'm going over there looking for any information, anything that this guy got into.
Okay. There is an old dog-eared beat up Bible. That is
Just flip through it and see if I recognize anything.
all right. Make me.
I know names of like books of the Bible.
Yeah, all right. Make
Yeah,
me a spot hidden roll.
Is Ezekiel here? Okay.
This Ezekiel here.
So spot hidden. Yeah, that's a
Ezra, the shortest book of the Bible. The crappiest book too. Nothing happens. No begatting. No. Did you make it?
Yes.
All right.
Hard success.
Okay. Oh, hard success. Great. So yeah, it seems like this is a conventional Bible. With a hard success, there are at the front and back of the book, there are a number of blank pages, and there are just scribbled notes all over these things, like citing scripture, citing certain lines, asking questions, that sort of thing. With a hard success, you'll notice that in one of the back pages, just written over and over again, is the phrase, all are welcome here.
Okay. I'll kind of set it down to take later, but I'm going to look around for anything else.
Okay. So at the cot, there is a really gross blanket and a few the offering plate with like 87 cents in it.
I'm not that person.
And a knife.
Okay. So if that's all I get out of there?
Yeah, you don't really see a ton of.
So honestly, the Bible didn't seem that out of the ordinary. Other than, okay, yeah, a crazy man writes him in the Bible.
Right. No, it did not. There's nothing that there's no mentions of Nyarlathotep.
No circles or any rituals spelled out in it. Nope. Then, yeah. Anything special about the knife, hunting knife, or just a?
It looks like just a Bowie knife. Yeah.
Okay. Just regular, nothing.
There's no crusted blood on it or anything like that.
Gotcha. So then I will, if that's the case, I'm going to leave the Bible. I'm done. I'm going to go back. I don't have to go back. But I will. I'm gonna just head back that way.
Okay. Sure. So, what are you two doing with this with the priest?
Well, we need to get him. I want to put him in jail. So I want to do basically what we in modern times would refer to as the fireman's carry, like sling him over my shoulders. Because
Wow, Jared, you're not used to not being the person carrying things. Feels
That's
good.
a different Jared. This Jared's.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Confused. I'm fine with people carrying things.
cool. Yeah, and tell Jared. I'm not taking him back in there, but if you could stick your head in and tell Mordecai that we're taking a suspect to the jail.
No, he pulled a gun on me.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'll actually carry him if you want to stick your head back out there.
Nah, you know what? I do not feel inclined to get shot at because someone's having little dick energy.
He was just annoyed by all the screaming and the fact
Good
that you
for
kept being like,
him.
no, no, yes.
Good for him. I was a lot closer to the screaming.
You're not discussed.
Both of you make me. God, we're leaving people behind in a hostile situation roll.
Nice roll.
Both of you make me intelligence rolls.
Yeah.
It's not intelligence.
Not this character's forte.
This one either, but I rolled well.
37 out of 50. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Oh, I
So
got
yeah,
37 too.
you're kind of leaving Jonesy and Elias in the lurch.
Abe, not Elias.
Babe, sorry.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know where they are.
All right, yeah, that's fine.
that's fair. But if I go back in, chances are really good that I'm not going to be able to leave again, and I want to put this man in jail.
I'll do it for $1.
That's the Jared we know.
Some Jareds are universal.
You know, some things just are.
I mean, well, if you're in a bind, I should push. No, $5 is too much. What's a
Oh
good?
man, surge pricing. Oh
Yeah.
no.
Wow. Are we making a price sheet right now?
There's a demand. $5 is pushing it. $2 will get you a nice bottle of whiskey. $2. Wait, I need the keys.
Oh, I don't know about that, Jared.
$1.50.
You know what? Fine.
Yes.
And I'll put the man down.
Thought you were gonna sling him over my shoulders. I'm not gonna drag him.
No. I mean, it is easier to do that if you're not trying to lift someone with your arms.
So Jared, you're going to take him off to the jail cell?
Yep.
All right.
And be richer for it.
I will pass him the keys and the $1.50 because I have that in my pocket. Sure, why not? And
Yeah, he doesn't move until the $1.50 is out.
all yours. And come back when you're done.
I'll even leave a cup of water in the cell with him and take the bag off.
Oh, very nice
Wow.
of you.
He is not reacting. He seems, maybe he's gone to sleep.
He's tuckered out.
He screamed himself out like a toddler.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Jared heads off. Sheriff, are you going back in?
I'm going to stand just outside of the door and call in. I don't have him with me. I need to talk to Sven. Can I come in?
Sure, Sheriff.
Thank you. Don't want to get shot today.
Mordecai's cleaning glasses at the bar.
Cool. And I'll walk in, give him a nod. Sorry about all that.
Why were you torturing that poor man?
It's an interesting situation. And without any further explanation, just walk up the stairs.
All right. Mordecai, like under his breath, just goes, "God damn."
And I'll tap on. Is the door closed?
No, Pharaoh is standing in the doorway.
No, that's like.
Oh.
I don't like that look on your face, Julie.
No, because I mean, part of the thing was I was telling him to open the door so we could see what was going on. So
Oh no,
that's why I
sorry,
was
the door
asking.
was open. He was just standing in the doorway, not letting anybody out.
Okay.
He hears you coming up the stair, like, and he looks out. And he looks at Sven and he says, "Sheriff's coming." So he says, "That's fine." So Pharaoh like pivots like a door and lets you in, and then pivots back.
I'm not
Once
going to
you're in.
walk. I'm not going to walk into the room.
All
I
right,
see.
well-
I see him pivot, and I'll just like hook my thumbs in my belt and lean back on my heels a little.
All right. He is he's uncomfortably close with a shotgun.
Yep, not fond of that. And I'll look at Sven and be like, I think I found our murderer.
So you're like leaning in the door,
Mhm.
and Sven looks up and says, "Okay." He now has a stack of papers in front of him that he's putting aside.
How's all this going?
Well, we'll open tomorrow.
Good. Well, I figured you'd want to know that the murderer of your boss has been located, or there's a couple of questions, but
So who killed him?
that crazy preacher.
He did that. And he points at the eviscerated body.
He claims to have rained down God's judgment on Mr. Stratton.
We call those days that end in the word day. He says that every day.
Yeah, but his footprints were leading away, and he says.
But today he did it.
But today he knew that Mr. Stratton was dead
We've
before
killed
any.
people here for less. I'm glad to know that you know how business is done in this town, Sheriff.
So Sheriff, are we now allowed to leave this place?
I mean, I don't see any reason why not, Sven.
Yeah, but please don't tell anyone about this.
When do you intend to tell the rest of the town that Mr. Stratton is dead? You're not going
The boys should be here this afternoon.
The boys.
It's the rest of Mr. Stratton's men.
Ah.
Once we have enough people that I don't need to be worried about Pinnabaker's men making a move, we'll let people know.
All right then. Well then, Abe, Jonesy. Unless there's something else here that you need to do.
No,
Nope.
please go kill a priest.
Nah, yeah, I'm done watching him.
I get out as fast as I can. As soon as he is like Abe Jones, I was like, bye.
I walk up to the guy who is the door guy and just
Pharaoh?
look at him and wait for him to move.
Well, he's standing sideways, so you can go through.
Okay.
He never swiveled back in.
Oh,
because
okay.
The sheriff didn't go in.
Yeah,
But
no, I was not going to take the risk of getting trapped.
No, but as I go by, I look him right in the eyes, like, yeah, I know who you. Yeah, remember you. I'm gonna go.
All right. Okay, so you all head to the jail.
Where's Elias? Where's Elias?
He was heading out toward the church tent apparently. He was seeing something weird. I didn't see anything, but he looked like he was fixated on something in the sky.
Didn't he see things in the mine too? Wasn't he one of the?
You all saw things in the mine.
You're not here.
I was like, and you're taking the word of a man in a dress.
I'm a woman in pants. What of it?
That just helps you. That just helps you ride around on horses a little bit more. I think a man in a dress is a little more odd that he's seeing things.
Well, he did say that it reminded him of the mine.
Mm.
And we know that there was something going on in the mine, something weird.
Let's find Elias and bring him with us to the jail. Do we know where he is?
He didn't say where he was going, but he did wander off, and I think he was heading toward the church tent.
So I think eventually I would make my way back onto the main road, heading back.
You're gonna go back to the jail.
Stratton.
When
I
you
was
leave?
heading back to Stratton's.
Awesome. All right.
So I think that's where everyone was going.
All right. Everyone but Jared, make me a luck roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can walk that way.
Yeah,
Look.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I made it. Exactly.
Regular success.
With 42, I made it.
Oh no, that's
Okay.
my sanity. Never mind. Yeah,
Regular success.
yeah, regular.
Okay. You will not cross paths. So
Do we want to re-roll any of those?
Yeah, I think so. I
Yeah,
think we
we might
want
as
to cross paths if we
Yeah,
can.
someone who missed it.
Okay, I missed it.
2 of us missed it.
all right, you have 2 successes. I need 4 successes.
All right.
All right.
Ooh, okay.
So a hard
right.
success is 2 successes.
Did you get a hard or regular?
Regular.
All right,
That's
I'll do it.
3.
I got to
So
do
that
it.
means another inspiration off.
Yep. So there's 2 out now. There were 2 gone.
Luck. Oh, I didn't make it. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, you won't cross. So you all head to the jail. As you get to the jail, so Jared, when you get to the jail, Melissa and Pete are inside playing cards, and Pete is teaching her how to play Go Fish.
Oh.
The beautiful scene is quickly broken up by you bringing a half dead priest and flopping him down in one cell. Did you ever let the other guy go? I can't remember. All right, so there are only 2 cells in this place, and one of them has I think it was Johnny.
Yeah.
Why was Yeah, one's Johnny, and then the other one's free.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you just
There we
flop the priest down in there.
I'd put him down, take off the mask, probably gonna
Alright.
splash his face with some water.
He does not respond. He is unconscious.
Okay, but he's breathing?
Yeah.
All right, then I'll put a glass of water in the cell with him for when he wakes up, and I'll lock it. He hasn't soiled himself. More importantly, he hasn't soiled himself and gotten it on me.
No.
Although you were
Good.
carrying him, and he's covered in the detritus of the street.
Wow. I wish I had Duke Fleeg's memory. Apparently, I said there were 4 cells.
Wow. I wish I had that kind of.
I call
Then
one
there
cell to sleep in.
Actually, I thought that there was 4 rooms. 3 of them were cells. One was an office.
That sounds
That's
much
probably
more
what
like
it is. Yeah, because it was.
I went to a 4-room schoolhouse for kindergarten.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Small town Texas. All right, so yeah, you leave the priest, and he does not, he's not talking about anything. He's unconscious, and you head out, and about a quarter of the way there, you see everyone but Elias coming back.
Oh. Hey,
Well, get him all settled.
left him with that glass of water.
Very kind of you. All right. Well, then, if the 4 of us are here, we should try to find Elias.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he went to the priest tent.
Oh, that's good.
Let's head that way.
Yeah.
All right, Elias, you come up to Stratton's, and you immediately notice 2 things. One, there's no 3-story angel floating anywhere.
Okay, good.
And 2, there are maybe a dozen horses tied up outside the original. And you are you just walking in?
Yeah, just
right.
walking in.
You walk in, and on a table, so you're in the main bar room now. On a table, on a sheet, is the dead, eviscerated body of Jack Stratton. And
come on. I just say that. I just go, oh, come on.
And all around him are, it looks like, you know, his entire crew, all with their hats like at their chest. And as you say, oh, come on, Swen, who is in the middle of saying like, and here's what we're going to do, like everyone just turns and looks at you.
I tried really hard not to see that. And then I just turn around and walk out.
I don't know if it's better or worse that you in mid plan versus mid ceremony. Like in the like how many like wakes do you walk in and be like, come on?
That guy's dead. Oh. All right, yeah, you walk out, and where are you heading?
Jail, I guess.
All right.
That makes most sense.
About halfway to the jail, you run into the rest of the Scooby gang.
Ah, good.
Go.
You see that Jack Stratton was like cut open?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes. I got to see that very close up. Yes.
Yes. I did see that.
Yeah.
How did you see it?
They have him on the table. They were about to go over their elaborate plan when I left.
Huh. You didn't stay for the elaborate plan, the evil genius elaborate plan? What is wrong with you, man? That's exactly when you know when the villain, like what the villain's going to do.
More importantly, there wasn't a giant angelic monster above the place.
Buzz?
So
Buzz?
Yeah.
that's a plus.
Buzz is a giant angelic monster?
I'm going to need you to unpack that a little bit more, Elias.
I'm going to look around for it.
You don't see it.
The small one as well.
Make me a spot hidden roll.
Yeah, I'm actually, you actually see me like.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
it's very
jail.
teeny floating above his head the whole time.
Oof, I made it, but not great.
All right. You think there's like a vague kind of almost like heat distortion around the priest?
The priest is out with us.
The priest
How would
is
you
in
know
the
where
jail.
that is?
No, I thought.
Oh, sorry, the priest isn't there. No, sorry. Yeah, you don't see anything. Yeah.
Okay. So here's the thing. I came upon the preacher and what I thought was a raccoon in the garbage. I did an amazing backwards roll, came up, gun pulled on it.
For a raccoon.
Yeah.
Get this. I said, come out with your paws up.
And did the raccoon come out with its paws up?
No, a small thing about yay big, about the
Size of a raccoon?
About the size of a raccoon.
Yep.
With
ya.
Concentric circle things spinning all around it.
Like a mask and rings on its body?
Oh, rings on its tail.
I'm sorry, on its tail.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was covered in eyes. Like
Buzz?
dozens of eyes.
Like on its
Had
face?
a potato in its mouth.
On its face? Just eyes?
No. It was a circle. It had feathers everywhere. It was pulsating. It was moving. It was disgusting.
You can all make everybody but Elias can make an occult roll.
Okay.
As he describes this.
Can certainly try.
Never had this happen. My phone is ringing.
84.
Oh, I'm going to spend 2 luck and get it. I'm going to spend 2 luck and get it.
So it sounds like he is describing what the way the Bible describes angels. A certain kind of angel.
To me, it sounds like he's like describing kind of a vulture raccoon type scenario.
I say, you saw an angel? I saw the angel from the Bibles?
That's what the priest was saying. The priest was calling it an angel. It's a monster, right? But the priest was calling it an angel, and
no, it's in the Bible. It talks about the feathers and the eye, all the eyes, and it's the angel. So you saw an angel?
I shot it. and it's
That was the shooting. The shooting you were doing.
it dissipated the bullet. It just disappeared. It didn't damage
No,
it
the
at all.
bullet
And
kept going. No, we saw.
What?
The bullet kept going.
At,
What do you mean?
at least,
hallucinating.
at least the second time that you shot with the rifle, we saw the bullet keep going. We could probably go track it down.
Everybody that's not Elias, make a spot hidden roll.
Yeah.
Regular.
Anybody who makes the roll, his breath definitely smells of whiskey.
Okay, Elias, you can't spend all day drinking in the Bible tent. You can't be sipping the sacramental
You can't
wine.
spend all day drinking in the Bible tent.
You can't sip the sacramental wine and come out here yelling about angels. I mean,
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Uh,
Now that we have that all cleared up,
yeah.
are we
I don't
gonna
think
go
that's
get
all clear.
lunch,
That's
or
not
are
really
we
all
going to
cleared
look
up.
for that
What?
girl?
I agree. Let's go look
Whoa,
for the
whoa,
girl
whoa.
because, and maybe you should sleep it off in the third cell.
There's a monster in town that is killing people, and the priest is responsible. Now, granted, he killed Stratton, which is like problem solved in my book. But
Yeah. We brought him to the jail, so the priest is in the jail.
Yeah.
do you guys remember how we went to the mine and we didn't actually solve that problem? We just we found second Jared and beat Tail out of him.
Right?
No. No, we found real Jared.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
So
found
his-
a Jared.
Anyway,
his unknown identical twin
so
is dead, and
I
this
hate
is-
all of
and this
you.
is Jared.
I'm sorry, Jared, but we traveled up from I don't know where.
And
Okay,
you're
you-
describing
Yeah.
vivid hallucinations to us right now.
Yeah, you've been drinking. If you don't even know where you came from, just go home. You're
No.
too drunk.
But we do have another thing to do, and I don't think we should split up again.
Well, here's my concern. That preacher did not have a speck of blood on him. So I think he was involved in what happened. And let's not yell about what happened in the middle of the city street, maybe.
You think he had an accomplice?
I think he may have had an accomplice.
A raccoon.
He had a monster accomplice.
Anybody who would kill people is a monster. I agree.
Well, hold on.
If-
Hold on, Elias. All right, let's entertain for the moment that this collection of rings covered in eyes and feathers was there. Let's just entertain that for a second. Was there blood? Were there any blades?
Were there any blades? Any blood on it?
Yeah, did it have a knife that it could cut Stratton from?
There was nothing sharp about this thing. It was all feathers and circles and eyes.
So okay.
Let's keep going back to the jail and let's make our plan.
Yeah, have this conversation in front of Pete and.
Nope.
No. As we're walking, we make a plan.
Yeah, you're heading back. Sure.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I mean,
and just like stop talking whenever our townsperson is within earshot.
Super
Not least because
conspicuous,
Elias
like.
doesn't need to be. Elias does not need to be tarred with the insane brush.
And first, and also,
Too late.
Not in the town anyway.
should we tell Pennybaker?
No.
No.
We let them do it.
We have gotten too involved in the politics of this town as is. And telling the banker that there's a power void. That'll go well.
Not our job. Wild town is
Okay.
wild.
So the what's gonna happen to the priest? What are we doing with the priest?
Gonna sit in the jail
Yeah.
until he
And then-
wakes up and he can be questioned, I suppose.
And then the monster comes out?
Ah,
You know what? Yeah. Let's just let him sit there. That's fine.
We have as far as I can see two things that need doing. We need to find his accomplice who actually eviscerated him, and track down Abigail.
Should we just? Does Johnny need to be locked up? This town is about to get nuts.
Well, and the person who was accusing him is no more.
That doesn't mean he didn't commit a crime.
It's true.
Hmm.
But it's awfully hard to make an accusation stick when the person doing the accusing isn't accusing anymore.
Also, it seems like it was a white collar crime. I mean, do we
A
really
what?
need to keep
Criminalist.
him in prison?
What was
Maybe
that?
we can get him
He
in
was wearing a
resort
white
prison
collar like a
instead.
priest. He was wearing white collar.
You make him do some community service.
Yeah, then he will learn.
Community service? Was ist das?
Just it's in the
Anyway,
word.
You make him pick up trash all over the place, yes?
There's a bunch of trash behind the original.
There's trash almost everywhere.
Yeah.
There's no sewer system in this town.
Well,
There
if,
is now.
if we are gonna head out, I need to take like an hour and at least get a disguise kit going. So Abigail's sister doesn't recognize me.
Yeah. Okay.
I forgot. You also threatened her, right?
Crazy Me threatened her
Oh,
after being.
Yeah,
in-
you're right. You should put the dress on because hopefully that one's not crazy you.
Abigail is the sister who's out missing.
Okay.
Melissa was the one who came and found us.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing
Just put whatever disguise to get you,
Yeah.
not in the crazy one.
I'm bringing Elliot out. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Eliza?
Elliot this time.
Ellie.
Eliza
Ellie
was
Mae?
It's a different
easy
dress.
to see.
Ellie Mae.
Okay, Tamagatora just gave 500 bits to Ezra. Oh, Eliza is on the case. Sorry, I thought it was Ezra.
I'll take it.
No, it's ours.
Oh,
Elliot is on the case.
you know what? Eliza is probably the only one who isn't crazy right now out of the characters.
All right, so you make it back to the jail, and Pete and Melissa are playing cards. Johnny like comes like as soon as the sheriff is in, he like springs up and he's like, "Oh, Sheriff, are you gonna let me out?"
Why? You all right?
I'm fine. I'm a sitting duck here.
A sitting duck for who?
I mean, as I recall, we were concerned that Stratton was going to try and come and get me.
And then he pinned, and then he handed me a star, made me sheriff, and part of the deal was that he don't just go killing you.
Well, you'll forgive me if you're a lot more comfortable with that deal than I am. Because if Jack Stratton tells you he's not gonna go after somebody who wronged him, well, you know, he's lying.
Well, we have a spot of business that we need to deal with sooner rather than later. I got my deputy here watching over you. We'll be back as soon as we can.
And yeah, Pete is like, what do you need, Sheriff? Is Swin gonna be coming too?
Swin's a bit busy at the moment, but we'll be discussing that later.
So it's just me?
For the moment, yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, what do you need?
Well, we're gonna go after Abigail.
And Melissa says, "Oh, thank you so much, Sheriff. Thank you."
So we're gonna be mounting up and heading out as quick as we can, and then hopefully bring her back as quickly as possible.
All right. So yeah, you guys spend a little time getting everything put together.
And I'm fine giving Elias the time that he needs to put a disguise kit together.
So I did have to go and pick up some things from the general store and
All right, yeah.
stuff to make it work. And then eventually there's a knock at the door. and an older man, longer white gray hair, big white eyebrows. Basically, oh God.
This is a
Walter
Mark
Matthau
Twain.
comes in here.
Oh no, is it Doc from Back to the Future?
No.
You're not Bernie.
I just had this in my mind.
He's totally the Bernie man.
Mark Twain. Basically,
Oh,
Mark
Ah.
very nice.
Mark Twain comes in.
Okay.
Except it's Hal Holbrook doing Mark.
Oh, well, it's on the case. Hello, everyone. Is that a pipe?
Nice.
Wasn't he a cigar guy?
Melissa is just like, oh, you have another friend.
We're good at making friends.
Well, so I wrote you the directions to the cabin. It's kept us safe. It's a safe place.
Well, good.
It's good to hear that. Yes.
Can I go look at the priest? Because I'm just like,
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Make a spot hidden roll.
regular. Well, yeah, regular.
All right. I mean, it seems like, looking through the cell, it seems like there's like distortion kind of around the priest. Could
Like
be.
protective distortion, or
I mean, I don't even know what protective distortion is. It's just,
Yeah.
it seems like, it's almost like, when you're looking at the fire and there's that like the heat wave.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. All right, everyone. Shall we?
Let's shall.
All right. So you guys, luckily your horses are all still here and loaded up.
Before we leave, I'm gonna take. I slept with the cigar box. Like I still was kind of like in the low
Sure.
thing.
Yeah,
So I keep one of the cigars with me, but I put it wherever. I was like, Susanna, where do you want me to put evidence?
Did you nick evidence from the scene?
It was within my legal right to take weird things.
Yeah. Look inside
it's my legal right to steal this.
But take look inside. There's that yellow.
Do we all get to roll law?
Anyone who wishes to may make a law roll.
I don't need to make a law roll to know he's full of shit. My ambient law knowledge is good enough for that.
As Abe cites the Hammurabic Code, finders keepers.
Exactly.
Wait.
Dead man tell no tales.
Oh, what evidence is that you have there? Sorry.
What accent is that you have
I
there?
have to get back into a character. What evidence do you have?
So I open it up and
Yeah.
I'm like, well, it's got a couple dollars and like, just bits of God knows what dirt. And then, but there's, smell the cigars. They don't smell normal.
There's that yellow stuff in there. Yeah. Didn't we see that before?
Yeah, there is a little bit of it. Looks like the yellow stuff from that tree.
Yeah. But I haven't told anybody that. I just show you that.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody that looks in there can make a spot hidden roll.
Sure.
3, that's
I
critical.
thought I saw that when she was
Hey,
doing it before.
Elias, you're just like,
No, I was in a different room.
Yeah, I got a critical as well.
all right, yeah. You
I
guys
got
are,
hard.
you're all highly attuned to seeing this weird yellow. Is it a honeycomb? I don't know.
Does the original size of the angel that I saw, would that fit inside the tree that was exploded?
Ooh.
Good question.
Seems like something bigger than that came out of the tree.
Tree angel.
Oh Christ. Okay. Oh my goodness.
Okay. What's wrong?
That's ugh. That's that stuff. Ugh.
Did the old Jared tell us that it looked like something exploded out from the inside of the tree?
Fake Jared. Fake.
I don't think
I'm not asking I did not use the accent. I am asking the players.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think we did. Yeah. I think
Yes. We talked about it, something exploding, and we saw the honeycomb stuff.
Did I roll natural world on this stuff?
Sure.
Nice.
If you miss, it's unnatural world.
No, I don't. Yeah.
You made the roll?
No.
Okay. Yeah, no, you've never seen anything like this.
Well, this was around that tree, and
How far out was that? Was that like a day's ride?
It was like half day.
Okay.
well, didn't fake Jared say that it looked like something exploded out from the inside of the tree?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, and
And
I
I
wonder.
mean, I know cigars and fine things, and I know that you. I'm gonna sound really dumb. You don't make. You make cigars from plants. You don't make it from inside of a tree, unless it's some kind of hella cigar. I mean, we can always sit down and
yeah,
smoke
but
it.
it's like honeycomb or mold or what is like.
I guess
I
the
wonder.
bigger question. Sorry, the bigger question is why did he even have it?
Yeah, yeah.
There's that question, but I also wonder then if this is part of what happened. Keeping in mind that we're having this conversation in the jail
Yeah,
in front of
Oh,
people.
I thought we had packed up the horses and we were.
you're getting ready to go, but no, you're still because
Yeah, because I'm asking Susanna where we lock evidence, basically.
Yeah.
Like, where's our evidence locker?
What else is in there? Is there, or did you take that?
evidence locker.
No, the
there's
other
a
piece is
desk.
in my pocket.
You
Okay.
can put it in the drawer of the desk.
Okay.
Sure. Let's put it there, and then I'll be like, let's put it in there and have the rest of this conversation on the ride.
Okay.
Sheriff Pete kind of very embarrassedly tries to get your attention.
I'll look at him.
Sheriff, how do I feed all these people? And he looks at like the priest and
Mm-hmm. Well, the priest is out for the moment, but I hear your concern, and I'll.
I open the box again and show him the fact that there's $27 in there.
that's not our money.
You were a good choice for this job. All right, and I'll reach into my pocket, and I have money, so I'm gonna pull out like $5 and hand it to him.
All right.
This should keep him fed for a bit.
Okay.
Receipts for that, if you could.
I don't write a whole lot.
If you're going to one of the tents, have someone note down the amount and put their initials next to it.
Okay. Sure.
All right. Thank you much. Come on, let's have the rest
Should
of
I
this
do anything, Sheriff, while you're gone?
Just keep watch over these.
Okay. Is Swen gonna come to work?
He might not today, but we'll see.
He's dealing with stuff in the town.
He's
He's in the town.
This is definitely a transition period. Everyone's having to upend lives very quickly, so we'll figure it out.
So I should just sleep here?
I don't think it'll take us that long. I hope, but yes, stop it.
So the cabin is like a half day's ride or farther.
I thought she said it was within a couple of hours for a ride.
Yeah, couple hours. Yeah, all right.
Because she was saying it would take forever walking, like Abigail was, but
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, all right. It's 3-4 hours.
okay.
Where do you stay normally, Pete?
But, well, I stayed. Mr. Stratton had a room for me.
Mm.
Right. I think with the prisoners, it's a good idea to stay here.
Yeah, just stay here for a bit, if you would.
Okay.
Thank
Sure.
you.
All right. So you guys head out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It is.
Actually, while we're on the road, I want to pull out of my jacket pocket the release form and just be like, I found this too. So I didn't put it in the evidence locker.
Right.
I was like, I found this too, and I handed it over to Susanna, and I'm like, I don't know who Jack Whitman is.
Does that name sound familiar?
Isn't that what the other Pinkertons were here looking for?
No, they were looking for someone named Hamilton Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know who Jack Whitman is, but I found this in Stratton's coat pocket.
I mean, it's not hard to infer that Stratton was also a fled Confederate.
Sure.
Yeah.
How long ago was the Civil War?
So it's
5 years.
1870. So 1864,
1865.
was Appomattox. So,
Mhm.
Huh.
but there's like I think there are still 3 states that are not in the Union as of 3 Confederate states that are still going through Reconstruction.
Well, I wonder if Jack Whitman changed his name to Jack Stratton.
Could be. I mean, it's either that or, it could be a piece of blackmail for Jack Stratton too. You never know with this guy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't ask him anymore.
Mm-mm.
Do we know when this town was founded? Because Jack Stratton claims to have founded it, right?
Yeah.
He does. Let's see here. Yeah, it was 66.
So after the war. I wonder how many other Confederate boys made their way here.
It could, if he is Jack, what did I say? Jack Whitman?
Jack Whitman.
Yeah, Jack Whitman. That literally could be possibly his whole crew with him. That could be his whole unit, for all we know.
That would be very interesting. But unfortunately, he's not around to ask anymore. So my question is, was there something on a cigar that he smoked, that he inhaled, that had his body bursting from the inside out like that tree did?
I turn to Elliot and go and like pull out a cigar and be like, we can find out.
You sure can, young man. As I like do my big eyebrow movements, big bushy eyebrows.
I put it back. I put my one cigar, the cigar that I stole, back in my top pocket again.
One of the eyebrows starts to like
Feel odd.
Flutter in the
That's
wind
awesome.
by itself.
That's my thought anyway. That I would be interested if there's more of this yellow stuff around.
So you start you get to the point where the directions get a little more involved.
Mm-hmm.
And you have now gone up into like the foothills of the Rockies even more, and it is heavily wooded, the area that you're in. And it is everybody make me a luck roll. So what, there are 5 of you. I need 5 successes total.
Okay.
We're screwed.
Big
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
All right, I see 1, 2, 3. Anybody get a hard success?
Oh, yeah.
What
All
would
right,
be-
so
Okay.
there we go. So that's 5. All right, so
Oh,
you
4.
reach, you find the cabin. The directions were, as I said, very precise. Well, not precise, very detailed. And you reach the cabin before nightfall. It's about 4:35, so it's late. There's no smoke coming out of the cabin. It is a small, maybe 2 rooms, leaded glass windows.
Wow.
Did we not? So, I mean, this, I know, like, don't assume, but like, I kind of assumed we would have stopped and checked for tracks along the way if she was following the same path, right?
So it's real. This is not good territory. Like, it's hard to find. You didn't really. Well, make a track roll if you want. Sure. Yeah,
Nope.
it's very hard territory to find tracks in. There, you do notice there's a lot of wildlife around here. There's a lot of deer, a lot of elk, some bighorn sheep, that sort of thing. There's all sorts of stuff around here. Wolves, certainly.
He says
Was,
ominously as night falls.
You see any exploded trees or any yellow stuff?
No, you did not see any trees like that.
All right.
So do
I'll
we
be
knock
out
on the
here.
door?
You guys knock. I'm gonna step a little ways away and just keep watch out while they go in.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, I'll dismount with Jonesy and we'll go knock on the door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check the handle for dust. See if it's been used recently.
It has been, yeah.
Okay.
You knock on the door, and you hear a woman's voice, a young woman's voice. Who's there?
Abigail.
Well, that's terrifying.
Was the most terrifying when it comes to her name.
Why would you
Why?
do that?
Why is that so terrifying? I was trying to be nice.
Let me just start, person I don't know, by saying your first name.
Oh my goodness.
You should have just followed it up with "We're here for you."
Oh, I'm trying to tell her we know who she is.
Abigail, come out and play.
You guys. All right, fine.
We have to bring the horror to this ourselves.
You are the true monsters.
Have her make a
Aren't we
sand check
always?
now.
Oh.
Who's there?
My
Who are you?
name is Susanna Deshin. I'm the new sheriff in town. Your sister sent us. I'm trying to find you, make sure you're all right.
We are here for Melissa. Melissa told us to come.
Is Melissa all right?
Melissa's all right.
Yeah.
Did you bring her?
No, she's safe.
No, here she'll be safe. She should be here.
She asked us to come and get you and bring you back. Bring you back home.
She doesn't understand. This is a safe place. Is it almost dark?
Yeah, getting close.
You should probably come inside.
Why? Why won't you come with us to go back to see Melissa?
I'm not going outside at night.
Wow, what happens out at night? I mean, aside from the usual stuff like wolves.
Bad things have happened to me at night.
Well, you don't have to ask me twice. My butt's killing me on this horse. I like get off and go inside. Be like, ma'am.
Is there a place for us to keep
Thank
our
you.
horses? If it's dangerous out here.
I don't have a barn.
We're gonna have to take shifts.
Yeah, that seems to be the order of time in Stillwater.
Yeah. So,
Elias is not going to have any fun with this at all.
I kind of like, can you ask her if the things that are out here fly?
Nope.
No,
Let's see if she
No.
makes a listen roll.
Nah.
not gonna
She
do
doesn't
that.
make a listen roll, thankfully.
Right, but we need to know if they fly.
we can't we go back fast enough?
Did we see him drinking on the way over?
No, he should be sober now.
No. Are we going inside? Are we going inside?
You're pretty
I'm
sure
going inside.
it's 4:30 now. You know, it was 2 hours, and riding downhill and in the dark, it's going to take a long time. You're going to be
Yeah.
much more cautious.
Yeah, you might kill a horse. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go inside.
All right, Abe just like,
Yeah.
do you even tie up your horse, or do you just leave it for
Nope,
Jared?
I'm just like, it'll be
Oh.
fine.
I'll take the horses and then take the
Horses do what they do.
first watches.
I don't
All
work
right.
for Jared. I mean, I don't work for. I don't work for Abe. I gave back the money.
It's true. Abe has not accepted your I don't
resignation.
accept
Not
your letter
since,
of
not since
resignation.
the luggage both ways. It was like, no, no.
So this inside is a very comfortable little cottage. It's it's warm. It's inviting. You feel better when you come inside.
But there's no fire lit?
There's a fire in the fireplace.
But there
Okay.
was no smoke.
There was
Mhm.
no smoke.
I peek back outside.
Nope, there's no smoke coming out. It's not a big fire, but there should probably be smoke.
There should.
Is it
Yeah.
sealed? I go over to the chimney and see if there's something to open.
Open the flue.
Like, there's something that
You don't see anything. And so you guys just come in and start rooting around in her cabin.
God.
No,
Well, why is
I
there-
go introduce myself to
We are the world's
And-
worst house,
and
Jeff.
Abigail says,
I go introduce myself.
"Can
to
I
Abigail.
help you? Why are you here?"
Yeah, because Melissa, she came to us and said that you had gone.
Yes, I
Off.
came here because this is a safe place.
We have a safe place near, but not inside town. She's at our sheriff's office.
My sister's in the jail.
No, she's not in jail. She's at the sheriff's office. She's not in jail. She's not
Which
being
is the
held.
jail?
Yeah, there are jail points there, but she's not in the jail. She told us you went away.
So
and
if
that we
you're
should find
here,
you.
is she there alone?
No. We have
No.
people there to watch her.
I have a deputy, and he's watching over.
Yeah.
Wha-
She was
how-
afraid for you. She was afraid for you.
Why?
Is there anything I can do, like to persuade
Detect
or
evil.
persuade?
So she's
Yeah.
so you can all make psychology rolls if you want to try and get a read on her.
I want to
I'm
make a
not, I'm
psycho.
not inside.
I'm not
so
going to be able to do psych,
Oh,
but
you haven't come in?
I wanted to try to
Wow.
persuade her we were okay. That's what I was trying
Well,
to do.
The problem is you've like come around and started rooting around in her fireplace, and like there's so she is she's very uncomfortable with 5 people, 4 people now, tromping in to her small cabin where this is her little sanctum.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back outside with Elliot. Hey Elliot, can you take a look in the window and see if that's actually her? Like, did Melissa give us a description?
Here comes a sand roll.
Uh-oh.
Sure. I
Did
will look into-
Melissa give us a description of
Yeah.
Abigail?
Oh yeah, but I mean
Well,
a written description.
But if this is the girl, I would recognize.
Oh, you 100. Yes. So
Okay.
make me a
yeah.
sanity roll.
No.
Ah.
I can see him going up to the window, like, and then just.
Hi.
Luckily, she
Right.
doesn't notice.
Thank God.
But you lose 1 sanity because yes, that you like as you look at her, you remember the smell of her hair as you were standing behind her, and just like your hand was on your knife.
Yeah. So yeah. I just embarrassed and sad. I turned to Abby. Yeah, that's fair. That's
Okay. Okay, so we found her.
fair. Can you ask her if I can go on the roof?
No,
I'm not gonna go in.
you're not going on the roof. What do you need to go on the roof
Well,
for?
if they can't fly, the roof is the safest place.
Okay, nobody's flying. Why don't you go to high ground? Do you have a gun on you?
2 of them.
Oh, good. And I mean that sarcastically. Take high ground.
There's no higher ground than the roof.
Is there high ground? Like, are we in a valley? Can he get up
Unless he's
someplace to
going to
have?
climb a tree.
Whoa.
What?
I am not. Okay. I'll get on a horse then.
No, I'm just saying if somebody comes up the path, because she is really afraid, saying that it's not safe. It's not safe outside. So
Yeah.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Take high ground and I suspect there's
You're
going to be an
telling me-
ambush. No, you're telling me things are flying and that you want to get on the roof.
You were telling
Next thing
me-
you know, you're going to be flying off the roof like a crazy person.
It's not
So
safe
you know
here.
what?
You're telling me it's not safe here. Go out into the woods.
And here we see a microcosm of Tom saying he's there.
You know what? I've had it. Do whatever the hell you want. Don't touch my horse. And I go back in.
Just gonna walk away if I don't touch it.
Most horses, when you drop their reins, just sort of stand there and go, oh, there's grass to eat over here. Oh, there's grass to eat over here.
Yeah, but we know these just go back to the jail.
Yeah, this is true.
Remember the
They've
jail.
been trained
They just
It's
run back to the
hardwired into
jail.
them now.
through repetition. So are you what? Are you taking? Did you come to take me back?
Your sister asked us to come and find you and bring you back. She's really worried about you.
Well, she's fine,
She is.
and I want to stay here for a little while longer. I don't like that town.
I don't blame you, kid.
Don't blame you. No.
It's a terrible town. Terrible people. Nothing good about it.
But do you have food out here? Do you have...
Everything I need is taken care of here. This cabin is a safe place.
The player is just over here like, you could not have phrased that more ominously.
Like this is our graveyard right here. This is where we all die.
Everything I need is provided for.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Look, it's not safe outside at night, so you can stay here tonight, but
Thank you.
you should go back and tell Melissa I'm fine.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll
All right.
bring her up to the cabin when I'm ready.
Do you have a notion of when that might be? Because I feel like she's going to ask. Or make a break out here herself.
Well, she knows how to get here.
She certainly does. She gave us a very detailed
So
direction.
should we tell her that you are waiting for her and bring her back?
You should never come back here again. You should forget how you got here.
Well, why are you so hostile?
This is my safe place. This is not your safe place.
Oh, understood. But we are trying to help bring you and your sister back together. What is the problem?
I can take care of my sister.
How old is
But you
this girl?
didn't. You left her back in town, and that's why she came to us.
She's 17.
Okay, so it's not some creepy 10-year-old telling me this is her safe place and like.
No, that
yeah.
was more Melissa. Melissa's like 12.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't know who you are to come in here and start yelling at me about what I'm doing or not doing to my sister.
I'm so sorry, but there's been a lot. There's been a lot going on.
Ma'am, we appreciate your hospitality. I'm just going to settle into this
Has
chair right
anyone
here.
stood behind you, smelling your hair and telling you you're not worth it, and they decided not to kill you? Yeah, there's been a lot going on, lady.
Teenager.
So you'll excuse me if I wanted to go to a safe place, the place that I know.
Your sister was worried about you. And now we can tell her you're okay.
You guys can sleep in here.
I
Thank
very
you.
much appreciate it.
Well,
I caught a rabbit that I'll cook up for dinner.
All right.
And you notice that in the room where you're going to sleep, there's hung up like a brace of, there's 3 or 4 rabbits
Sure.
that have been skinned.
And we had some rations, right?
I was going to say,
you
is there
have
something
some,
we
like-
can contribute?
Yeah,
Stuff
we
like that stuff.
bring something in to help,
Yeah.
add to the food so we're not just freeloading.
Right,
All right.
right. Yes.
But look, over dinner, she'll say, you can stay here tonight. Don't go outside at night. It's not safe. It's safe in here,
We have to check on the horses.
You. I wouldn't go outside at night.
Ma'am, what sorts of things happen at night?
Nothing good happens at night.
All right. You mentioned the incident with a knife and hair. That's creepy as hell. I'm not gonna lie. Has anything else similar to that happened to you?
It's not safe up here at night. My parents always told us that.
Did they tell
Wait, hold on. No, she doesn't. Sorry, I need to redo that. Her parents died before they came here. It's not safe outside of the cabin at night.
Well, I mean, this is certainly a very wild area.
There's wolves.
Mm-hmm.
There's, all sorts. There's bad men out there.
We've got guns. We understand the risks.
One of the advantages of this cabin is that it's quiet and small and doesn't attract attention to itself.
The shots will echo. You don't have to worry.
The first part of that sentence doesn't agree with the second part of that sentence.
You're the one who said it's dangerous out at night. We have to make sure the horses don't get eaten.
Suit yourself, but I feel no responsibility for what happens to you if you leave this cabin.
Understood.
Fair enough.
And she gets up, and there's like this room, and then there's a tiny bedroom. And she gets up, and she just closes the door to the bedroom. And so you're in the front room where there's like some chairs. There's the faux kitchen. There's a chamber pot. Everybody make a spot hidden roll.
That's inside.
Inside. Yeah. Right. Have you still not come inside?
I still have not come inside.
All right.
No, I'm
Did anybody get a hard success?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Good success.
Jonesy,
Extreme.
you, being you, have started like nosing around this place, and you find a door sign, like a big wooden door sign that says on it, all are welcome here. In like this, it's been carved into it.
Okay.
Maybe the rest of us don't know about that.
No, I'm just curious if we accidentally see it, or like, Ezra, could you explain it a little bit? Is it carved in like crazy carved, or
No,
like
it looks very ornate.
Okay.
It's like very nice woodwork.
It's a shingle, like what you'd hang out.
Well, it's meant to be. It's hung. It's like a sign that is over a door.
But yeah, okay. I'll show the rest of them kind of going.
Yeah.
Oh, how cute. I'm gonna go and motion to Elliot and just be like, she's in her bedroom. You can come in.
All right.
It's starting to get dark out.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll head in, make sure the horses are secure, and head in.
All right.
Trepidate.
At that point, I'm going to show people that sign.
Okay.
Be like going, she says all are not well. Look at all are welcome here.
And you just look at Elias, and you know he's crazy.
Yeah.
Because he's just like, oh, God. I can't say it. I can't say it. I'm sorry. If I say this, you will think I'm totally crazy.
You're way ahead of yourself.
Oh my goodness. I just switched us to the thing.
What?
What? That's just.
What did you do?
Eat some food.
We took a quick break.
Switcher.
Yeah.
We took a quick break.
Like 3 seconds.
We're on a 5-second delay, and Thomas just swore. He said a word that you should never say. We had to.
All right. Elliot, we already are a little suspect. You might as well just spit it out.
The Bible at the tent in town had scribblings and really scrawlings all through the blank pages, and the last page was eerily, insanely scribed over and over and over again, with all are welcome here.
So you're saying this girl is his accomplice?
Possibly. Or the priest is her father.
That is an oddly specific sentence to see in more than one place. I don't think you're crazy on that one. That's odd.
Yeah. Yes. The things that I say are odd. And
I'm not going to argue
believe
with you
them.
on that.
Well, the problem is I believe them. And I
Well-
don't know that. I don't know the connection.
I'm elbowing Jared, going, "Was ist what?
Well, something weird that I noticed. There's a fire in that fireplace. There's no smoke coming out of that chimney.
Yeah. Ooh.
How?
It's at that point that you realize that no one's been tending that fire, and it has not changed.
Yeah, that.
I would have been very much aware of that.
So the wood is not burning, but it's burning. It's burning, but not burning.
And there's no firewood anywhere around here.
Oh,
Isn't there a story in the Bible about a bush that burns but doesn't get consumed or some shit?
I check if what's burning in the fireplace is a bush.
I'm not afraid.
I have an idea.
Everyone, get out!
I'm going to stand in the middle of the room and be like, I need $100 to be in that cabinet. Anything?
Hadn't considered that. No, there's nothing in that cabinet.
All right.
Is there nothing? There's nothing in
There's
the
nothing in the cabinet.
There's like 2 plates and 2 bowls. in
Yeah.
that cabinet.
Okay, so
Not worth
apparent-
$100.
What did she say? Just remind me. What did she say? Something about this is not besides it's a safe place. Everything is taken. It like takes care of all
I
your
have
needs.
everything I need here or something.
Yeah.
Needs. Needs was said, not like wants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Like,
apparently,
I need
don't-
a stiff drink.
yeah.
Oh, I shut the cabinet door and open it again.
Elias is in the cabinet now.
Oh,
I just kinda
food. Is there
over.
food in this
We've
place?
already eaten, so we don't need food.
There's like I said, there's a couple of rabbits and some stew vegetables and things like that.
Got it.
I'm going to eat some vegetables and some hard jerky that I had.
Carrots and jerky. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, there is something very weird going on
It is now dark.
just in all over
Outside.
fucking Stillwater.
Well, I'm going to take a later shift, which means I'm going to get to bed now because I don't want to deal with any of this.
Yeah,
That's
so this room is only lit by the fireplace. So it is dim inside this room.
Oh,
Can I
do we
look
have a
out?
lamp or a torch for if we need to go
There's
outside?
no torch, and there's not a lamp in here either.
But did any
I
of
have
us?
Have a
No,
lantern.
you apparently thought this was going to be you were prepared for a half-day trip.
I have a lantern.
All right, yeah. Elias has a lantern, so.
All right, if we need to check on the horses, we can light that and go out.
Are you leaving the lantern outside or inside?
Inside.
Okay.
I want to look out the window at the horses.
All right, make me a spot hidden roll.
Oh, that's a 10. That is a critical success.
Nice. So yeah, you see the horses. It is super dark outside, and the leaded glass makes everything kind of hard to see. But yeah, you see the horses. They are tied up where they were.
Okay. Nothing else around them.
You can't see very far out,
Okay.
but it's
Oh,
quiet
well.
out. Like you hear crickets.
I'm
Okay.
going to sleep.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Obviously, this doesn't take care of everything I need, so
Well,
whatever.
Who's taking what shifts?
I'll stay up for the first couple hours. Get some sleep.
I can take the next shift.
All right, then wake me.
All right.
Hopefully the horses will make a ruckus if anything happens.
It's true. It's true. So Elias, you've been awake for about an hour. It's sort of weird because everybody's sleeping, and so you don't want to and it's not a big room, so you can't paced around or that sort of thing. So you're kind of, I imagine you're standing by the window and
standing by the window, looking out, looking around, listening, trying to see if there's anything weird.
So it's by now it's probably 9:00, let's say. And all of a sudden the entire house quakes. There's Elias would not know this feeling, but it's like an earthquake. The entire house just goes, and you hear the horses freaking out.
Do we wake up?
None of the rest of you hear anything. And the house does not, none of the rest of you experience the house shaking.
I look around to see if anybody is because that would have woken everybody up, right?
You would think, yes.
So if nobody else wakes up, but the horses are going crazy.
You hear the horses whinnying in a way that, make me a ride roll.
I don't think I have any. Is there a base?
First time there's a ride roll, and the person who has good ride isn't awake.
Let's find out how much Elias Jackson knows about horses.
I've got to check on it. No.
All right, yeah, they're making a lot of noise. Sounds like they're scared.
I'm gonna wake Susanna up.
You're gonna have to bring the horses into the cabin. That's just how this is gonna go.
Are you looking out at the horses, or are you just going straight to Susanna?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm looking out at the horses because they're
okay. So the horses seem to have moved out of the range of the light. You see the post. They're lashed to the post, but that line is now taut.
I'm gonna wake Susanna up.
All right. She does not wake up.
What do you mean she does not wake up?
I mean, you go and you first you're like, Susanna, nothing. And then you give her a shake, nothing.
I'm going to go to I'm going to go to Jonesy next.
All right. Same thing. Not, blissfully sleeping. There's almost a smile. Just in a super deep sleep.
You know what? The
house rumbles again, and you hear a horse. You hear an awful noise from a horse, and a crunch.
Do I hear any wings batting?
You do not hear wings.
No giant wings. I'm going to sleep. Nope. I'm done.
All right. You go to sleep. All right. Yeah.
I don't know if I can, but I'm just this is no.
No, yeah. As soon as your head hits, you have there's a little embroidered pillow. And as soon as your head hits it, you are in one of the best sleeps of your life.
All right.
All right. Next morning, you all wake up. Best sleep you've ever had. Any damage you had is healed.
Ooh.
And you all gain 1 sanity.
Yes.
Wow.
Because you have not had this restful a sleep in you can't think of how long.
Why wasn't I woken up from my shift?
All of us, if anyone who wants to think about that does not get a point of sanity back.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
I already thought it. You can't be on thought.
I'll tell you everything in a little bit.
All right. It is first daylight out there, and Abigail Abigail opens her door and comes out, and she is, she's where, and she's like, I'm gonna get breakfast started.
Well, the horses. I'm gonna go check on the horses.
All right, you go. And
I'm gonna let him go check on the horses.
What now?
You are
Oh, you're gonna let
I'm
him.
gonna let him go check
right.
on the
You are a
horses.
horrible, horrible man.
Jared, you open the door, and the horses have all been. It's as if, I mean, this is impossible, but it's as if a very large thing stepped on all of these horses.
Real Elias, no!
And Jared, make me a sand roll. You're surprisingly okay with this, but
the
so
dice say he's okay with it, but really, he's not okay with
it's bad. And so you, there is a puddle of horses in front of this house, all still tied to the post.
Oh, Jesus.
Elias, do you not understand horse costs?
What?
I don't know.
Freaking out, he's
Flip
frozen.
that. Whoa. hang
That's
on.
The best time for you to go stuttery.
That was perfect. You freaked out, man.
I don't. It's not safe out there at night. This cabin has everything we need.
And Abigail says, "But you're leaving today, right?"
Yep. We are. Do you know the priest? Do you know the priest? Just
Priest? I'm sorry, I'm not a churchgoer.
He was obsessed with all are welcome here. And has an angel with him.
I'm gonna watch her reaction to that.
When you say that, she's like, "We don't say those words here.
What?
Those words got my parents killed."
Could you describe what one of them is like to these people?
One of what?
I think she was referencing the phrase that you
Mhm.
said
Oh.
that's also on that sign over there.
Yes.
What do you mean it got your parents killed?
They didn't escape the Master's village. We did, my sister and I.
The Master's village.
I was really young. All I remember is that my parents tried to get us all out. It's Lucy, don't you dare.
We have to have a pet cameo.
Want to come say hello?
Yeah, I was just like, grab her
cameo.
before she takes down a green screen.
Baby!
Not so baby anymore, Lucy.
No, look at how big he
He's
got.
getting so big.
Love black
All right.
cats.
So she says, my parents wanted to get us away from there because they didn't think it was safe. I don't remember a whole lot about the Master's village.
But they brought you out here?
No, we ran, and we found this place. We lived here for years.
Was the cabin already here when you arrived?
Yes.
And why'd you go to Stillwater?
Because I needed money.
Why? If everything was provided for you here.
Well, I mean, new clothes weren't provided. And
Money wasn't provided.
yeah, money.
Yeah, obviously. I tried that.
But that sign was, Missy brought that with her. That was her. It's her memory of our parents.
Where was this Master's village?
Yeah.
It's up north up by Junction.
And who was the master?
He was the master. That's all I remember him being called.
Was it like, do you know, was it like a religious village, or was it more?
My parents weren't, I mean, they didn't raise us to be religious.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would have lived in a...
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Because either player, I'm thinking of like Jonestown.
Yeah, or some, or
I
not even
mean,
Jonestown.
Jonestown had very little to do with the Bible,
Yeah.
That's true, but it was,
What about-
religious.
Correct.
No, what about Japs and the Mormons in Utah?
Oh, the Mormons are coming, I assure you.
Oh, goody.
I love how Amy and I said exactly the same thing in almost the same time.
Oh, goody. They're a fun bunch.
So outside, so I stayed up for a little while, and I heard the.
I keep hearing thumping or something. That's weird.
Typing. So I stayed up last night, and I felt the whole place shake violently.
The place shook.
Yes, and then the horses started to make some noise, and then somehow I fell asleep.
Somehow I fell asleep.
Like magic.
It didn't wake us. You didn't wake us up.
Oh, I tried to wake you up, Jonesy and Susanna, but nothing I did would wake you up. I shook you violently.
You were safe here. As long as you're not outside, you're safe.
What flattens a horse?
I'm sorry.
sorry,
the horses
what?
are flat?
I'm gonna go run to the window. I'm running to the window.
All right. Yeah. Everybody who looks at the horses is faced with an awful scene, as they have been completely crushed.
I'm gonna have to
And
walk.
should make anybody who sees that should make a sanity roll.
Yeah.
Do I have to make 2 sanity rolls because I have to walk now? And this is
Oh, you poor thing.
If you made it, you don't lose any.
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it sounded like something massive was walking around,
But you were
Shaking the
inside, so
ground.
you were safe.
and I did not go outside.
Now.
Oh,
he's
we lost
trying
you
to
again,
play Robot again.
Oh, we totally lost him this time.
To find the. Ah,
Mute him. Mute him.
There, you're back, I think.
Nope.
No.
No.
Good
am I
face.
though? Oh.
So,
Oh god.
and she's just sort of implacably making scrambled eggs.
The horses got stomped on, and that doesn't. Wait, what? What
They
did
were
it do
outside.
that?
It's
What
not
did it?
safe outside.
You keep saying that, but what does it mean? What is that? What is
You
the
guys
thing?
sound crazy.
Oh, shut up.
Jonesy, shouting at the young woman isn't going to help anything.
I know. Sorry.
Welcome back, Nick.
Am I though? Am I?
Just keep saying that.
So do you want Melissa to come out here to be with you?
I'll bring her up here. I think it's safer for both of us up here.
You want to walk back to town with us?
I'm not ready to leave yet.
Okay.
So you want us to keep watching over your little sister?
She'll be fine.
She'll be fine in the town that you fled because you were terrified.
She doesn't feel fine.
I have to stay here for a couple more days. But then I'll make sure that Melissa gets here. She knows how to get here. If she leaves in the morning, she can get here before dark. She's done it before. Tell her to come to her sissy.
I felt surprisingly a little bit more mentally fit after this sleep. Is that why you need to spend a couple more evenings here?
I always sleep well here. This is a safe place.
Yeah.
You know, it's morning. We're gonna have to walk. It's time to.
I don't
Time
know
to
if it's a
shop.
terribly. I'm gonna go look for the footprints of whatever stepped on the horses.
Yeah, I'll join him with that.
And I'm actually going to apologize to the girl. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, there's been so many things going on. I appreciate the safe place, but I was worried about your sister. I'm
No
sorry.
one's as worried about my sister as I am. Thank you for taking care of her. I appreciate that.
And I don't have much, but here is $2. It is.
I don't need your money, sir.
Well, you said you did though. I mean,
That's why I went to Stillwater initially. I've got enough to last through the winter. We'll be all right here. I mean, you know, Sheriff, if you find whoever the horrible man is that's doing those things.
Oh, I think the man responsible has been taken care of.
Well, that's good to hear. And you know, just tell Melissa to head up here. She can get here, and we'll be safe here.
Yeah, I feel it.
I could use some air. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go outside.
You go out, and you see Susanna and Jared are like
I'm just like this around the horse and not looking at me.
So this is not a footprint.
Mhm.
This is like a very large drill press just came down.
Like, so is there a circular imprint?
Is there any kind of imprint besides like?
Let's call it a track roll.
Sure.
To find the other bloody.
Yeah, right.
As it walks away.
Bloody.
Cool. That is a hard success.
All right.
Oh, nice.
It almost feels like this is the pattern when you can get around the horse viscera is similar to the stonework on the chimney of the house. There's like the ground where the horse has been crushed is dappled, as if like.
I'm gonna go have a look at that chimney.
Okay,
I'll help like lift you up onto the roof.
Yeah, if you want to go from the roof. So there is a stone chimney that goes about 3 feet over the roof. And it is, you can feel the heat of the fire, even though there's no smoke.
All right, I'll like kind of lean and squint and look down inside of the chimney, like like surrounding my eyes, so I can see a little bit better.
So we're gonna look at this from Jared's perspective. So Jared, you're down on the ground looking up as
bad. Ooh.
As you see Susanna like looking at the chimney, and all of a sudden Susanna flies off the roof. It's almost like the roof was a bucking horse and just kicked her off. Susanna, make me a dex roll.
Okay.
He was getting ready to catch if like she came tumbling down.
Right.
That's like
I made it. It's a regular success.
All right. Ooh, you take 9 points of damage as you are thrown into a tree, basically. You like from the roof, you are thrown off, you hit a tree, and then you hit the ground hard.
It's like, oh.
You just hear like a no as Jared's running towards the tree. Like this is like obviously bad. This is a bad house.
And just roll over so I'm facing upwards. But
you dead? Susanna, you dead?
Yeah, I'm gonna like roll over and flop onto my back and look up at the morning sky like, ow.
So inside the house, you guys don't hear or feel a thing. Everything's nice and quiet, and the smell of scrambled eggs fills the room, and coffee.
Nice.
You saw that, right?
It's a murder house.
It's a murder house.
It is.
Can somebody get anything out of use out of the packs, the saddlebags? Maybe we should even take the saddlebags, and then we'll go. Somebody, anyone, not me.
You're basically talking to yourself right now.
Oh yeah. So Elias, you were outside, so you heard Susanna like crunch.
Oh my! Nobody has first aid.
I'm just laying there on the ground.
Yeah, I'll do first aid.
All right.
I thought you landed in the tree.
But I landed in the tree and then I hit the ground.
Okay, let's see if I can do
broken ribs.
anything. Oh, you want us? I don't know. Does Elias want to try anything? Is Elias better at first aid? Come help. Oh,
nobody decided to take first aid.
Nope.
Let's use some inspo, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, the odds aren't good.
Don't fumble, Jared.
Do it.
The odds are better with you than anyone else.
Pretty sure that was the same thing.
All right.
You rolled a Nick.
A Nick.
Yeah.
And Nick.
Nick rolls a Nick.
All right. Yeah. Susanna just has. It seems like nothing. No serious major long-term injuries, but you are definitely sore. And you have had the wind knocked out of you. You lie down. You're down the ground for a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay there until I can inflate my lungs all the way. Just like
eventually I'll walk over with
you look back, and the house is totally normal.
No, it's not.
What?
Don't
it
lie.
appears totally normal.
Okay, there we go.
And I'll just like look up at Jared and be like, "Are you ready to admit something weird's going on yet?"
Well, if there's something in the water, then it's in this well.
Something in the water that made the house buck like a fucking horse and kick me over yards and yards. Yeah, sure.
Can't jump that far. No. This is a cursed house. This is. Can you stand?
Maybe. I'll
we gotta
press my ribs.
Kills one of us.
I'm gonna look around for a branch or something that can be a walking stick to hand.
Sure. Yeah, you could find a good walking stick.
I'm gonna run into the house and let them know that this is a murder house and we need to get out of here.
Are those your exact words?
I hope so.
Yes, I slam open the door. It's a murder house. We have to go.
What are you talking about, Jared?
Just tried to kill Susanna. And it smashed the horses. No.
The house. No, it's fine. It's nice in here.
It's not footprints. It's chimney prints. It just threw her.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside and see what the heck he's yelling about.
Are you and Elias both drinking the Bible juice now?
You stay in here at your own risk.
This is a safe place.
Murder house, and I'm gone.
I'm walking with him. You sure you don't want to check the You've already seen the horses. Maybe you want to grab the saddlebags. I'll carry them.
I don't know if there's anything really salvageable, but we can check.
Your silver has now been nicely flattened. You now have silver plates.
Yeah.
And I would have brought my weapons inside over.
Yeah, you brought your
Oh no, I brought because the weapons. If something happened with the horses, I needed my rifle and my gun.
You brought your weapons in, but most everything else is just destroyed. and it not just the massive flattening, but also the horse viscera.
Well, grab the silver.
Yep. That's the only. I don't know. I actually don't think I would have left the silver outside.
Yeah, Jared wouldn't have.
No,
Yeah.
no, my silver would have been with me.
Yep.
Alright.
So
No.
is
Come limping up to the house, leaning on a walking
Susanna,
stick.
what happened? What happened?
It threw her.
Shh.
No,
Susanna, what happened?
no, he's right. I was up on the roof looking at the chimney because the markings on the ground look like they came from stones pressed together like the chimney is. And when I leaned over to look into the chimney, the house bucked like a wild bronco and kicked me 60 yards that away. Hit a tree, hit the ground.
We have seen some strange things. That's
Hurt like a son of a bitch.
so Abe, you're the only one still in the house.
Yeah. And so while everybody's outside with the commotion, I'm sitting there politely and I'm like, I kind of start to explain that, my father's from Germany and that he told me a story about a house once. And start to go into the folklore of Baba Yaga's house.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
And so I just say, you know what I mean? She's a powerful magician. She has, she can appear, she is what we call I don't know what the word is, but she can appear as both, a young woman and an old witch. She has powerful magics, and she also has, and she has a cabin, I would guess maybe just as, enchanted as this one out in the woods. Have you heard a story? You know what I mean? I just start to tell the tale of it
Right,
and just
yeah.
watch her reaction.
She's very confused by the whole story, and she just
Okay.
you're like a cabin this enchanted, and she's like, this is just a safe place.
And then I motion to the fire that hasn't changed. Your fire hasn't changed in 24 hours.
Good.
To me, that would be bewitching. That's enchanting. Most people have to tend to fire and work it really hard. I've seen Elias Jackson, try and make a fire and try and put a fire that was fine out by trying to stoke it. I would
think you
consider
should
that an
go.
enchanted fire.
If you don't want to be here, you can go.
I put my elbows on the table and I'm like, I would love to stay. I find this cabin enchanting and
Your
just
friends are leaving.
Well, ma'am, thank you for your hospitality.
I just want to let's go.
I'm like, well, ma'am, thank you for hospitality.
The eggs are delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
This is really good. The food is good. The coffee's good.
hmm
She says,
Yep. I appreciate this was a fantastic stay. I truly enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in either form. And I tip my hat and walk out the door.
either form. She does not come to the door and watch you leave. She stays sitting where she is, and you all start to head down the mountain, leaving the house. And that is where we're going to end this episode.
wow.
The whole place is weird. Let's just leave.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
If
like
I
this-
really quickly, if I look back as we head down the hill, is the house still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the house never disappears. It's just a safe place.
Sure.
No, it's an evil house.
So the quotes from this episode, I've done mostly good things, I think. I'm the smart one, not the good one. Am I a sinner because I wear women's clothing? I tried really hard not to see that. You can't spend all day drinking in the Bible tent. That is a strong...
It's now officially Bible juice.
Bible
Yeah.
juice.
Got it at the general store.
Doesn't matter if you drink it in the Bible tent.
I don't think we should split up again. He had a monster accomplice. I like this one. Wild town is wild.
yes. Yes.
If they can't fly, the roof is the safest place.
Turned out to not be true.
Yeah.
Nope.
Not true.
You're telling me it's not safe here. Go out in the woods. The problem
Actually,
is,
out in the woods away might have been okay.
The safest place ever.
Honestly, how else could you get to us?
the problem is, I believe the things I say. It's not safe out there. It's a murder house. It's not footprints. It's chimney prints.
I was hoping you got that one.
Those are some good choices. So, thank you guys so much for sticking with us. Chat, as always, was saying funnier things than we were. If you haven't already, YouTube, get on our Discord. If you're listening to this on YouTube, give Quests and Chaos a subscribe. Everything on the channel is good. Some things are better than others, I'm not going to lie. But, everything's good. And don't forget, for all of February, if you make a donation to those organizations that I had on my phone that I've forgotten, that I will put a link in the Discord. It's Black Girls Code. It's the NAACP Defense
LDF.
Fund, the Southern Poverty Law Center. If you make a donation to those and let me know about it, I will match it, and you will be entered into a drawing for a set of Black Lives Matter dice that are very nice. YouTube, you can do that as well. Let me know if you make a donation. I am happy to match anything you do, and I hope that we get to the point where I have to think about whether I can continue to match them. That would be a beautiful problem to have.
Nice.
Support Black voices in gaming. That not just this month, but every month. And yeah, I think there's nothing left to say, but goodbye, internet friends.
Bye.
Bye.